Never understood that.
In a work truck, if you're getting in and out every day, got a big old beer gut.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell. Miller Lite. Yeah. Stone Cold's like, if you're not something, then something, Stone Cold Steve Austin. What was it?
There we go. Welcome to THR Podcast, and we've been gone for 2 months. So, yeah. What have y'all been up to the last 2 months?
What have you been up to?
Yeah, it's all about you.
I've been trying to survive. Just got a child.
I just got
Just got a child. There you go.
He just acquired one.
I acquired one. They're very expensive.
The pull-out game was not strong.
All right. Well.
All right.
All right. Bill, what about you?
It's been 2 months. What's going on?
I haven't done anything cool, actually. It's been a busy 2 months.
No, actually,
about
you got
it.
an S2000?
That was, we talked
Yeah,
about that.
we talked
last
about
time.
that.
we did?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
been
it's
over 2 months.
Oh, wow.
Nothing.
Okay. All right.
That was like a year ago.
Behaved myself.
No, it hasn't.
What?
No, it's
No.
No.
You got another
probably
one?
3 months ago. No, my black one.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was like a
I
year
didn't
ago.
I didn't think we talked about
Dude,
that.
I don't
Okay.
fucking. I don't understand time.
No.
Sorry.
Not
No
at all.
color. No
Not at all.
color, no time.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
So,
What about you, Will?
Huh?
Anything
Can
special?
we
this week?
elaborate on the fact that you had a kid?
Yeah.
Why? Why?
That's kind of our entire reason of taking this big of a hiatus.
No, it's not.
Kinda.
No.
And we had an ice storm.
We did have an
Right.
ice storm, so that kind of well, it worked out because he went to Colorado and started drinking for the first time this year.
yes.
So let's talk about that.
Dry January.
Dry
I did it.
January.
I did it.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. We're not done with this topic yet.
Okay. What do we got?
Mitchell,
Yes.
Oh.
what's new with you since the last time we
Dude.
did
Oh,
the
yeah,
pod?
that's
Yes,
right. That's right.
So,
Talking about pull-out.
Wait.
Yes.
Hey, are we not supposed to? We probably don't need this. Yeah.
why?
We can't say anything because she's still in her first trimester.
Oh, we're fine.
I
We're
think it's
fine.
fine.
It's fine. So, yes.
No, dude, what if something...
It's fine. So, yes, I do have a child on the way. Congratulations to Mitchell.
Dude, you're about to get a ton of texts from this.
So, there you go.
Are we sure it's yours?
I hope so. I hope so.
What did you say? You hope it comes out as?
A beautiful baby.
Okay.
The beautiful baby. But here we go. So, yeah, 2 months have gone by. The new C8 Z06 was released, at this same time. Going over MSRP. Should we talk about that?
Actually, that's fitting.
Yeah.
Well, that's
the
what I was
perfect
kind of
thing.
thinking.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking. So, a customer called me.
Introduce our special guest.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
shit.
Yeah,
We're
special
jumping the gun.
guest.
All right. So, the normal people are here. We have Carl, the guy.
Bill.
The guy.
What do we call Carl? He's
Carl's just Carl.
I'm just Carl.
I guess
yeah.
he might be the
I'm-
host.
I'm Bill.
We have Bill.
We
We have
have
Will,
Will,
Mitchell, and we have a new special guest,
Brian.
Brian. There you go. It took me a second. Sorry.
Dude.
So here we go. Say hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
There you go. There you go.
Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you're here. And what do you do for a living, Brian?
I actually am the general manager of a Harley Davidson
There
store.
you go.
Kind
Got
of close
another-
to you guys.
All right. So we have Carl and Brian as the Harley riders, and Bill owning a Harley Davidson.
We're going in the circle. Like, are you okay, bro?
Do I'm fine.
Hey, there's Fidel.
Yeah,
What's up, Fidel?
Hello, Fidel. All right.
Is that accent really necessary?
No, it's
Cut this
not
whole
at all.
first half and restart this shit.
I like the first half, honestly.
We're
but-
good. We're good. All right. Z06. Oh wait, no, C8. Sorry.
So C8 Z06 has been released since our last podcast. We're going, 100,000 over sticker?
At least.
Well, okay, so a customer called me. He had 153 MSRP. He wanted 225 for it with 40 miles on it. So
Two of them just ran through the big dealer auction this last week. I'm going to pull up what they did right now.
I think they did. Didn't they do 220 plus?
We're
When
about
we
to
were in
find out.
Colorado,
I
one
meant
went for
to
like
watch.
230 something, 235. Remember?
Wow.
And you were like, oh shit, I should have bought that one.
I would rather have a 48, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, 100%.
For a Chevrolet product, $250,000 for a Chevrolet product, that is ridiculous.
That's not just any Chevrolet.
It is. It actually is.
It is. Well, let's talk about the motor a little bit. So what is it, 5.5 liter?
5.5 liter flat plane crank, making
High revving.
Is it? How much is it?
Is it 670?
I think it's
There's a
High
higher than
sixes?
Double check.
High sixes. Which, I mean, I heard they're phenomenal around the track, but again, we're talking about a Chevrolet for $250,000.
That's true.
You know, it's hard pill to swallow.
670.
670.
Good call.
Naturally aspirated. That's not
I
bad.
was thinking it was
pretty good.
650 for some reason.
So,
What's the red line on it? I mean, that thing revs to the moon.
flat plane
doesn't
crane,
it?
I'm sure it's 8,000 plus.
Let's see that. I've had no experience with these yet, so I have zero clue.
Didn't it say like a new lap record? Isn't that what you were?
Yep, new lightning lap record.
8,600 RPM.
Wow.
Wow.
That's-
Yeah, that's what I
that's crazy
figured.
high.
That's what I figured.
Pretty large sized V8. Let's see. I'm curious to know what
Slay
these did. Wow.
Wait, what was that?
Slay it.
I'm really curious to know what these brought. I just have to find the right thing on my phone.
So the Z06 got released, and the new Raptor R got
Have you
released.
seen the Have you seen the
last
TikTok video where one was taken to Baja and like the bed just
No,
Yeah, but
they
you
jumped it and
always-
fucking bent in half.
yeah, the bed
You
was like
always
bent.
see those videos when things
It's
like
hilarious,
When
though.
Raptors
How-
came
how much-
out,
how-
they were all blowing motors. When TRXs came out, they were all blowing motors. Like one dude blows a motor, and the world ends.
I mean, yeah, but it wasn't the bed like basically tacoed.
Wow. Well, they're all aluminum.
Yeah,
I don't know if the
yeah.
frame was aluminum,
I
but
don't know, but
No, I hope not.
I'd hope not. But
Maybe.
and then the other thing was, I don't know if y'all saw this.
Bed's
It
aluminum.
went viral.
Fuck.
This Hyper Blue C8, not a Z06. They did the same jump that the like the Raptor did.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I
Did you
did
see
not
that?
see
It's,
that.
it's for sale. So C8, just a base model C8. Some guy jumped it over another C8, and he put it on Facebook Marketplace. Said the car has been jumped a couple
Yeah,
of
a couple
times,
of times.
and like it was like the legit. It's really cool. We have to pull it up, but he wanted $79,000 for it, which is not a bad price for a C8 with a sticker of like $83,000. But it has
only
been
been
jumped
jumped
a
5
couple of times.
Okay, 10 miles black. These are both 3LZ trim level Z06s. One with 8 miles, one with 10. A black one with 10 miles did $208,500. The orange one with 8 miles, I must have had a few different options. It did $230,000.
Yeah.
So we're talking, and is that? I wonder if those are Z07 packages because I haven't seen a Z07 come up
But
yet.
that orange one, something obviously. set it
Obviously,
apart.
that one popped up. What is a Z07 all option
I
go
don't know.
for? Isn't
I-
that like
I have no
150,
idea.
160? I think so.
MSRP.
MSRP.
Yeah,
No,
MSRP.
I bet you it's a little more than that.
For a Chevrolet product, this is still blowing my mind.
Plus,
Blowing my
plus
mind.
the dealer market adjustment.
Well,
No.
you have to give a $50,000 donation to their charity. So they're not asking over stickers; they're asking for a charitable donation.
Can we track the charitable
No, they
donation?
I don't know about
Who
that.
does it
go
Who said
to?
that?
Does it really go
Who
to?
said that?
Everybody that's called me, like, there's like, yeah, well, I got my, my allocation for my, my C8 Z06, but they want me to give me a $50,000 charity donation to buy it.
Is that the dealer saying that?
That's what the deal, because GM's not
the-
allowing them to go over stickers.
The
So
fucking GM made some
yeah,
bad
some
bullshit.
charity. Yeah, yeah.
Like donate to my beer funds.
Exactly.
$1,000.
Cocaine and strippers.
Because the CEO came out and said, look, we are not going to charge over MSRP for these Z06s, but what the dealers were doing was the general manager were buying them with 0 miles, driving them to 100 miles. Now they're certified pre-owned, and now you need to make a charitable donation for $50,000 over sticker.
Wow.
Other
So-
Ford dealerships need
I
to
hadn't
catch
heard that
on.
one yet.
Yeah.
So there you go.
You can't do that yet.
No, these the manufacturers are really not liking that stuff.
You're
So,
right.
Yeah, they're actually cracking down on it quite a bit.
So Ford is actually trying to, ex-nay the whole dealership feng shui, I guess you call it. They're going to start either you order it and you come get your car so you don't, pay over MSRP.
Do the Tesla thing.
Doing the Tesla thing,
it
basically.
delivers to you.
Yeah, basically. So we'll see. But the Raptor
Rand's also
R's,
doing that as
but
well.
again, the Raptor R's we're talking about over MSRP. They're going 80,000 over MSRP
That's insane.
right now.
buddy of mine just got one for $50K over. He was sweating that.
So
a
how much
little
is
bit.
that? I wonder.
I didn't ask exactly, but he just paid 50 over, and I was like, dude, you're good. Like that's crazy, but yeah, you're good there.
What is the point of having a manufacturer suggested retail price if they're going
It's
over?
all about that S, the suggested.
Right.
Yep.
Suggested.
Mm-hmm.
That's a strong S.
Mm-hmm.
Strong S. But yeah, so that's I guess that's what's happened for the last 2 months. I guess. Z06's new Raptor R? Anything else has been released? No.
Toyota's going to release the design for the new what's it called? The Century. I forget what it's called. It's you know what the Century is, right? It's kind of like their version of a Maybach, basically. But now they have
Is that coming to USA?
Yeah.
I believe it is, and
That's
it's
been
but this
around
one
for a long time.
this one they're going to compete. They want to compete with the Cullinan. Oh, I guess our light went out. Oh,
Cool.
We don't need to highlight anything
Oh,
back
whatever.
there, anyways.
Do we just blow a fuse?
Probably.
We just blew a fuse.
No, you're good, dude. We don't.
The
we don't
show
need to-
must go on. The show must go on.
but
a fucking
no,
camera back there this time.
no, there's
It's
not.
fine. It's fine.
No, but there's the new Toyota Century is supposed to be an SUV, and it's supposed to compete with the Cullinan.
well, they just discontinued the Avalon.
Yeah, that's true.
That's done.
well,
the Avalon is
I
done.
think sedans in general are slowly being phased out.
Well,
which
Ford
I
did
don't-
it.
I don't know how I feel about it. I
How?
do like sedans.
Oh, just into like SUVs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
SUVs only. I mean,
crossover.
Ford did it, but
I mean, even was a Corolla Cross, which is technically like a crossover.
Cross
It's
Tour.
so
Crossover,
that-
yeah.
It's called a Cross Tour. Oh, the Corolla.
Yeah, Corolla. There's
The
a Corolla
Accord's the
Cross.
Cross Tour.
And I'm assuming
I
that
haven't seen
eventually
that
going to
yet.
phase that out.
Wow.
Just the sedans in general. But I love
Interesting.
Avalons. For the longest time, there was more Avalons on the road than there was any other
I used to
Toyota,
own
which
an
is saying a lot.
Avalon.
You
yeah,
did.
Bill
I
loved
love
his
that thing.
Avalon.
I think, dude, the back seat
It was
was
so comfortable.
monstrous.
Yeah, rear reclining. It
Huge,
was
dude.
nice.
Well, the last one that came out that was for 4-cylinder hybrid. That thing was quick.
Oh
It was faster than their V6 model. I like Avalons, man. I wish I had one.
Well, you might want to buy one because that's it. Just like the Land Cruiser's not going to make the. Well, they are going to
No,
make the Land Cruiser.
they're bringing back the Land Cruiser to a U.S. market.
Well, I heard they weren't.
The music.
Come on, man. We don't need that background music.
I don't know. Sounds like we're pretty badass. Some background music.
You're badass.
I
Mitchell.
know. Thanks. Thanks. I
You're
definitely
badass.
try. Definitely try.
Don't want you to run.
Can
into
you shut the
copyright.
fuck up?
Got him.
There it is.
There it is. There it is. But
Can I just point out, I didn't realize that this was a soundboard for like the first 2 hours I was listening to you guys. So as a long-time listener, first-time caller,
okay, there you go. I like it. I
was
like
does
it.
Bill just keep saying that? What is going on?
fuck up. Oh yeah.
Can you shut the fuck up?
Basically,
Now I know, it's
there
a
you go.
soundboard.
It's soundboard.
I
there
need,
you go.
I need to add a little bit of like I don't know, like an effect to it, so it's more obvious.
It happens when I talk too much. It's not our problem. So, all right.
It's not our problem.
Not a problem at all.
All right, what you got there? What you got over there?
Let's see. I can't read Will's handwriting.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
have
Let's
good
see.
handwriting.
C7
What the
CO6
fuck?
set a 2:44 time. Which track is this?
Probably Nürburgring, I'm guessing, right? No.
No.
Laguna Seca.
It's
2 minutes around the.
No, that's true. They're like 8 minutes. You're right. It's like an 8 minute,
What are you
9
in a
minute.
rocket ship?
No, it's
Shit,
the
that'd be
lightning
insane,
lap,
too.
whatever the shit that is.
The lightning lap?
Lightning
Yeah, from
Where's
Auto
that?
Trader.
For those
or
that don't
Auto
know what the
something.
lightning lap is, can we elaborate on that?
Do you know what it is?
I don't know. What
Will,
it is.
you're going to have to take this
Road
one.
I
Atlanta?
have no fucking clue what the lightning lap is.
Seems like you're the only one that knows.
God damn it.
So here, I'm going to pull it up because I'm pretty sure that's Road Atlanta.
Road Atlanta. There is a track in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's a big track.
And it's
It's a big deal. I didn't know it was referred to as the lightning lap though.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it was the fastest
Oh,
NA
Virginia.
around there.
Virginia.
Virginia.
Fastest NA vehicle and fifth fastest in history.
That's the C8Z.
Yeah.
Fifth fastest in. Is that for like a mid-engine vehicle, V8? I
No,
mean,
just
They're not classifying that.
Oh,
no.
That's it.
There's like 5 different levels. This is an LL3, which is between 75,000 and 140,000.
Oh, at price value.
oh,
Yeah, it's
price
like-
wise, okay, that
But
makes sense.
It was the fastest, the fifth fastest out of all of them.
So what other cars? What would be the fastest car in that bracket?
I
Do we
don't know. I
know?
didn't look that up.
Way to,
Coming
way to
unprepared to
come
the-
not prepared.
here. I've got it pulled up. So we're seeing what cars went around it.
Google is our friend.
I mean, they've got everything. So you have like your Subaru WRX going around it, a Golf GTI. Okay, just for comparison, so that did what, 244? A 2022 GTI went around in 3.11, so 311.
okay, so I guess.
So-
Yeah, I mean that's a
quick.
C7, right?
great,
So
man.
the C
Wow,
the C8 is the one that
surprising.
did 238.
I wouldn't have expected this. Hyundai Elantra N,
The Elantra N?
3 minutes and 7 seconds. It's quicker than a GTI. for a Hyundai.
That's pretty impressive.
Nice.
And it comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Yeah, I still wouldn't drive it.
Hell yeah.
Take my Ford.
That's right.
Hell
That's
yeah.
right.
Hell yeah, brother.
What it do around the NASCAR lap? That's all.
That's all I care about.
Speaking of NASCAR,
Oh,
we talked
no.
about this.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle
This-
Busch basically almost went to prison in Mexico. I'm pretty sure there's a hefty.
He ain't-
bribe that he
ain't going
paid to-
fucking prison.
Had to have.
They technically sentenced him to 3.5 years, and then
You can't have a gun in Mexico.
no, that's not true.
Did
you
see
can.
his fine was only like $1,000 bucks.
$1,100. I was like,
26.
come on, bro. He got easy. He got off easy, man.
How many
he,
pesos is that?
Like 20,000, I think, or something like that.
Nice.
20,000.
But the other thing
I've
is
got
too,
some
like, is
pesos
the
in my wallet.
I actually do too.
For real.
I do.
So the ammunition that he had was like there were hollow points. In Mexico, that's technically military use only.
Oh.
So that's what made it worse.
got
That's
it.
what caused like the prison sentence, if I read that right. But he has money, so someone got paid an exuberant
paid
amount.
somebody.
Oh yeah, someone
Yeah.
got paid somewhere. So
Right.
don't take your guns to Mexico. That's not wise.
Rule number 1. But
What are you looking at?
They gonna take my gun.
I thought this was America.
You ain't taking my gun. All right.
is that
Anyway,
a South Park episode?
that's
Sort of.
Dick or Dare.
Yeah. Taking my jobs. Yeah.
All right, what is y'all's favorite piece of merch at the moment?
Ooh. Actually, right here, you actually probably see it in the camera. That would be our 2000, is it 15?
16
16 Viper TA
group.
group.
So there's a difference between a TA and a TA group.
Is that
on
Wing
that.
Factory?
So yes, the Wings Factory. So a TA 2.0, we have a TA Group 2.0. A TA 2.0 has different badging. It's a numbered car. Everything's pretty much damn near the same, except for like the strut brace under the hood's carbon. A few things here or there, but as far as the main core components, the suspension, the aero, all that stuff's the same in the Group 2.0 to TA 2.0. It's
so
a
that-
weird thing, but yeah, a real TA has the TA badges on the fender, and they're numbered on the passenger side of the dash.
So I like that car, and we have one of 100 Frost CTSVs, which I've always been a big fan of.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So yeah, we have a couple of cool things in right now.
We've got a super nice Trackhawk that actually just rolled in tonight.
Yeah, 1,000 horsepower. No, I'm sorry, Trackhawk. No.
No. That one just rolled in tonight. We have a 1,000 horsepower TRX with a
Yes.
nice build. It's got a Maggie swap. That's a nice one. And
Which
then
one is
we've
that
got-
one?
That's that red one right there.
This red
The
one.
red
right
one.
here?
Yeah.
Thing's sick. 22 with only 1,200 miles on it, and it literally drives like it's stock. You have no clue.
Have you
it
driven
has-
it yet?
Yeah.
How's
You
it
have
feel
no clue
from
it
your
has
stock
power
one?
That
until-
sounds perfect.
It's fast as shit.
That's cool. That's really cool.
So
And
you're
then
gonna
we've got a new Supra. I'm a big fan of those.
the yellow one.
Yeah, yellow new Supra, and we've got our first ever 2019 STI Series Gray. I think those were numbered to 300. It was either 150 or 300.
Is that the
Those are
last
really cool.
of the STIs?
No,
Or-
that's a
okay.
19.
Oh, it's a
just,
19.
It's just
Okay.
a 1 year only color special car. I really
Which
like
I would
those.
think the STIs would skyrocket because they said they're not going to produce any more STIs
They
unless
did
they're
for
electric.
a little bit there. They're still high. They're just
But I feel like they would have just skyrocketed, but they haven't. They haven't. I mean, obviously, the next one they're going to come out with will be electric,
yeah.
Unfortunately,
They're not going to produce
Unfortunately.
anymore till they are.
I hope not.
but you know, it might be
I
more
feel like
reliable
that's
than.
simmering down a little bit. Though.
the whole EV thing is
there's
kind
a
of coming
lot.
down.
But
Yeah.
Toyota announced that they weren't going to do it anymore. Like not fully invest, like do full electric everything.
they want to do hydrogen.
but they've been trying to do that for decades.
Yeah.
But it's like, what is it like the Mirai? Like the one that they have. That thing is like 5,000 pounds. It's a heavy car.
Well, just like the Hummer, EV is 9,000
There's
pounds.
Yeah.
250 of the STI Gray Series produced.
Oh wow.
That's pretty cool.
750.
It's a cool color.
WRX.
Yeah, it is a really
It's
cool
a really
color.
cool color.
Yeah, it's a nice car.
Looks
if
really
good.
anybody
It's got-
wants a badass car, that's a good one.
Is it modded? I don't remember.
Cobb, full Cobb exhaust with a catted downpipe, and a Cobb tuner. It's got a badass. I can never pronounce. I think it's Thule or Thule.
Thule.
Thoroughly.
Roof rack. It's color matched. That's sick. Other than that, it's totally stock. Really like that one. Yeah.
So cool merch.
Yeah.
Any other cool merch?
Brian, what's your favorite piece of merch over at the Harley House?
Ooh.
Oh,
at
at
the
the
Harley,
Harley
House.
At the Harley
Okay.
House.
You know,
The one
man.
that we just sold though is probably one of them.
Yeah, we just so actually this was a pretty unique bike. We got a 2023 Road Glide Special Anniversary number 2 of 1600.
Oh, that's
Worldwide.
cool.
Worldwide.
So I've never seen
A
that
number
low
that
of a
low.
number that comes to a
Number
a
2 off
dealer.
the line.
Number 2 off the line. That
Nice.
thing didn't make it 48 hours. So
That's
that
cool.
that was a pretty cool bike. I'd have to say that's probably the coolest
and
one.
usually the manufacturer holds on to number 1, so that's
Yeah.
technically number
Yeah, you
1.
can't even
Oh,
get it.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think like, that was first. That was first
Yeah.
available to public.
Yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
cool.
That's a
Where did
pretty
it come
good
from,
one.
if you don't mind me asking?
So as far as
Like, was it a trade-in, or did y'all pick it up? at
No,
auction?
it's
no, that
brand
was
new.
direct from the manufacturer.
Oh. It's
so
a-
it's a
2023,
2023,
brand new
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's usually, I mean, it's hard to find the low number ones. Those
Mhm.
always somehow somebody ends up getting one of those
Yeah.
things. I mean, I've seen like number 357 and
Yeah,
all that stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, it was cool. I mean, everybody wanted it.
We what is there any special color to those? What makes it an anniversary?
So what they do on the anniversary, it's actually pretty cool. They do this red. It's a dark red fade, so it kind of fades to black and red. It's
That's
got
cool.
special badging on it. They do a really cool kind of a gold badge that's it's pretty tasteful. It's not like it's more of a brass looking finish
Nice.
to it. But yeah, they definitely dialed them in nice. The seats have special stitching in
That's
them
cool.
and new colors and all that.
What's MSRP on those?
MSRP is about 35 on one of those.
Do y'all have an
God
adjustment
damn.
on that?
Yeah, yeah.
figure,
So
yeah.
You know, just like any Harley, I mean, we're going to sell them for what market is on them.
Yeah, especially number.
So what is
number
that
one.
over MSRP?
Oh, that's cool.
So
Okay.
usually something like that. I mean, you're probably going to go out
That's
about
cool.
10 over or so. You know,
That's
it's
the
pretty
top of the
standard.
line Harley, right?
That
Well, no,
one, that's kind
CVO
of middle
is-
of the road.
Oh,
yeah,
is
CVO. So
That's
now
right, that's
I've
right.
got a 120th anniversary CVO that's coming in.
That's
that
like $50,000, right?
One, yeah, you're
Easy.
and
Yeah.
That's
that's
crazy.
At least.
I think MSRP on that's 53,000 before any
Wow.
fees.
Mhm.
You know,
Is that with or without
surcharges,
air
anything.
conditioning? Because holy shit,
Wind
$50,000 and we don't have air conditioning. Heated seats?
Yep. heated
Okay,
seats.
all right.
Yeah.
We got heated seats. All right. Holy shit.
I mean, those CVOs come with heated seats, heated grips.
Wow.
Yeah.
We back in I'd say, when did you come on board? What year was it?
2011.
Okay, so 2011, 2012, we actually had 07 STI Limited. Remember, they were all numbered.
Yes.
We had 07 STI Limited number 1, and that was
Why
really
didn't
cool.
you keep that?
Well, because back then we couldn't afford that shit.
That's
to be
true.
perfectly
That's
honest.
true. That would have been the one, though.
That was really cool.
It was
But no,
this-
it wasn't. It wasn't. And also, it was in no sort of collector's condition.
Oh, okay.
It was modded. It was higher mileage. it
Didn't they
was-
all come like silver or like
So it was satin white pearl, or I forgot the exact color of the gray, but it was like almost like a pewterish tan gray.
Mhm.
There was the one or the two colors.
black
on the
leather
Limited.
interior with no wing?
We had number 1, and that was like that's still to this day.
That'd
A
be
are only
cool.
number 1.
That'd be
and B
cool to
the
have
lowest.
one.
We've never had like a 2 or 3 or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That would be cool to own.
I remember that. That totally flashed me back to that. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. That was. I think it had like 80,000 miles on it, and it was an 07, and this being in 2011, 2012.
Somebody drove it.
Yeah, someone
you know?
drove it.
Yeah,
It's
that's what you're
crazy.
supposed to do.
Yeah.
Drive your vehicle.
What a concept.
It was
Right?
from. We got out of Pennsylvania. I remember all the deets on it. We got out of Pennsylvania. She was a little rusty, nothing crazy, but
Just surface rust.
It
you
was
know?
well. It had like Cobb exhaust, and it was. We had to replace that with a fresh Cobb exhaust.
So that's pretty cool.
Fresh.
The cars we could have kept. over
cars
the
we
Oh
years.
coulda kept.
man, well, we all say this to
I
this
know.
day. If we could have just never ever sold a car,
We'd yeah.
Warehouses.
If we held on to every piece of inventory we still had to this day, with the exception of like I don't know, 50, it'd be worth way more.
Well, we sold 8 Carrera GTs in 2019,
No, no, no,
18,
you
19.
did.
I did.
You sold.
And the issue is
Can you
they-
inform everybody of your title, by the
Yeah.
way?
Okay, so I am. Well, I was the #1 Carrera GT salesman, probably in the world. I sold 8 Carrera GTs in a year and a
Did
half.
someone take your spot?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, 8 of them.
Dude,
Bullshit.
I'd bet nobody.
Yeah, I don't think
I
anyone's
don't
claimed
know,
that
I don't-
prize
That's
yet.
pretty impressive.
But
many
I
people
so
have had
the
8.
last one I sold was a 1,500 mile one. It was a silver on Ascot, sold for $800,000. He just
Yeah.
got the offer for $1.9 million. $1.9 million dollars.
Wow.
Cha-ching,
So-
cha-ching, baby.
What the fuck?
Wow. Yeah. Is
So-
that the one that sat? It was trying to clear customs or something?
No, that was the one in China.
Yeah.
It sat in China because they couldn't. The government couldn't
China.
justify
China.
having 10 cylinders for 2 seats. So think about that. So if you have a bus that has 10 cylinders that can hold 20 people, that's justifiable. But if you have 2 seats with 10 cylinders, that's just an economic failure, basically.
Interesting.
So it sat in customs for 6 months.
Sounds about China.
They drilled into the front bumper to put a license plate cover on it, and it was just horrible. But yeah, so
If anybody wants any Carrera GT bumpers, holler.
yeah,
Yeah,
holler. We
yeah.
have front and rear bumpers for Carrera
They're
GT.
just sitting there.
That was what that made me think of something I was watching on YouTube the other day. The guy that runs VinWiki channel was talking about a
What channel?
VinWiki.
Oh, gotcha.
Ed Bowling is the guy that runs that. He was like said that there was a Lamborghini Murcielago 6-speed that was meant for the U.S. market but still in Europe, and he's trying to track that down. I think that'd be pretty cool to get that. He has a $100,000 reward to anyone that will give him information for that. So
So there's a famous
That's
YouTuber
cool.
named
That's
Doug.
cool.
What's his name?
Doug DeMuro.
Yes. See, he bought his dream car yesterday, which is a Carrera GT. He paid $1.8 million.
That's insane, dude.
That is crazy.
And we couldn't give those cars away, dude.
Nobody wanted them, and then all of a sudden,
Remember
What
all the calls you would field? Like, just people would call up. We've got it online for $899.
they'd offer us $600,000.
600,000. They'd freak out because one of the parcels was.
Yeah, I didn't have the
missing.
full luggage. Like, oh, it's not worth anything. I'm like,
None of
Where-
these Carrera GTs have luggage.
What,
No, no,
what
no.
were the
All
pre-COVID
gone.
numbers? Pre-COVID numbers on a Carrera
pre-COVID
GT.
numbers,
Somewhere between 600 and
800.
and 900 on the top.
900 on the top. I mean, you better have a
maybe a million for maybe a
sub 100-mile one or whatever.
a paint
you
to
know.
sample crazy just max you're gonna see out of one of those was a million.
So I sold
somebody
one.
who's not
I sold one to a
educated.
guy with 1,500 miles on it. I sold him for $800,000,
Yeah, there you go.
and now the car's worth $2 million.
That's, nuts.
Should've
for
held
him.
on
It
to
was
it.
cool. We got to putt around in those things.
Oh yeah,
for
no,
about, so-
I can say I have 30 miles in a Carrera GT. So
probably more than that, dude.
Yeah,
I
would say more
know
than
I
that.
have around 30 miles. I have 5 miles in a
You got
918.
to take him down the tollway and all that shit.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
that
I
was-
drove the.
That was awesome.
I drove them. This is the best sounding car ever made.
They do sound
ever
really
made.
good.
Straight-
Have you ever launched a Carrera GT?
No, because Paul Walker, R.I.P. R.I.P.
Oh man.
You know, so I never really pushed it. You know, which maybe Paul Walker made these cars famous. I have no idea, but
It
I think
definitely helped.
I think it was just COVID.
yeah, in
hit,
COVID, yeah, these But the weird thing with COVID is the 918s, which again is a better version of the Carrera GT. You know, they dropped to like
Yeah.
1.1, but then they jumped to like 1.3. They didn't really skyrocket.
Where are the Y socks out? Maybe
1.3, 1.4.
Was it-
They
is
didn't.
it
Y sock?
Yeah, they didn't really skyrocket.
Yeah, that's
They really didn't
But
skyrocket,
they're
which
still,
I thought.
mean, it's still pretty new, and it's not like a
Well,
bare
2015,
Yeah.
you know.
bones- Yeah, but compared to the old GTs,
The Carrera
especially
GT is a driver's car.
That's a driver car.
But
Yeah.
the 918 is just a well-refined version of
Yeah.
it. It's insane. There's so.
I think
nice.
anything that's like the OG, like the non-well refined, as well eventually just keep going up in price.
Yeah, bare
Even-
bones,
Well, that
6-speed
that is
manual.
Porsche.
I mean, even like the old. I mean, maybe correct me if I'm wrong. But like the OG, like Vipers are starting to go up.
You know,
Finally,
I will say,
dude, you could.
You know,
pieces of
I-
shit.
we've been
Holy shit!
like I said, we've
Those
been doing
are
this
terrible
since
cars.
we've been doing this since 2009. And there's
93
one
Viper.
car that I just can't
Hulk
stand.
Hogan edition, fucking.
Oh, dude,
red
he
and
loved
yellow.
him. He had the first SRT10
man. Yeah, it's-
ever. I thought it was
Do you
the
remember that
coolest thing
TV
ever.
show they made about
Soft
Viper?
Yeah.
tops.
Do you remember that? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Get
I'm
a
not the only
soft
one.
top Viper. Like
Yes.
you gotta zip,
Yes.
dude.
You had to
Oh,
zip
man.
the fucking it was
plastic. You
terrible.
gotta shut the door. The
Terrible.
whole door panel rips off.
But see
The
now,
window switch falls out when you shut it. Like, dude.
but now with all the
Terrible.
safety features now, like I kind of want like an 08 hardtop Viper, just as sketchy as
Oh,
fuck.
eight's where it's at.
I think so. Like I think that'd be such a cool car to own now.
The 8.4.
And I hate Vipers, but I kind of want an 08.
No, Vipers are really nice. Really, in '96 is where they started taking a turn. Obviously, that's a super classic.
Oh yeah, if you want a '96 blue with white stripes, you're paying
gotta be a
$100,000+
GTS.
for
Hard
it.
top.
got to be a GTS.
Oh, of course.
03 to 06 with that convertible shit. I mean, they're nice cars, but I just don't understand the convertible only thing. But 06, that's badass.
That
And
was
then
badass.
08, 8.4, hard top.
The hood was really cool. It had
Yeah.
you know,
And then of course the new gens are very respectable. So
And they haven't dropped
they've
at
came
all.
a long way. No, they've gone up.
They've gone up. It's
Those
crazy.
things went up like crazy as well.
So do you think? So they, Viper stopped making Viper. When did they stop making Vipers? Like 2010?
2017 was the last year.
No, wait. They made them from 2006 to, or I'm
No
sorry,
07.
03 to
No 03 to 06. No 07. Then they picked up again in 08,
To-
09, 010.
And
No
then they
Viper.
stopped.
I don't think there was a Viper in 11, 12, 13.
15, 14. So they started in 15, right?
No, 13.
13.
13 was first year back for new
And
bodies.
they said they were done. Do you think they're done now?
Who the fuck knows?
Because now Dodge is going to EV. I guess.
I hope not.
I don't know.
Yeah, we've talked about this multiple times on how like everybody's just pushing for EVs, but it just doesn't seem like plausible. I was talking to a friend of mine that works for Toyota corporate, and they said that the reason they stopped saying that they were gonna go all in on EVs is just for like the state of California alone. There's not enough like resources.
Let's
in
talk about
general.
California. So California made an announcement saying, they're going to give a tax credit to buy an
Are you
EV
okay?
car. I can't talk right now.
Okay.
But anyways, they're going to give a tax credit for an EV car if you live in California. The next day, they said everybody that has an EV car, don't charge their car because of
That was hilarious.
Because there was some like power grid situation.
You didn't let him finish.
Who?
Carl.
Carl doesn't need to finish anything.
Wow.
Wow, dude.
When that happened, I laughed. So
I laughed
hard.
so hard.
Because the state can take control where power goes to.
Exactly,
So it's like,
exactly.
okay, why would we want EVs?
Yeah.
So
And that's why I like Texas having its own power grid.
Yeah, that's great. What were you saying? Oh, bro.
I bet that made
Well,
it.
that-
I bet that made it.
that
It
sounded like it
sounded
went
good.
in.
It
Alright, I gotta
sounded
find
good.
That was a swish.
It sounded good. We do this every episode, and normally he misses, but that sounded really
It sounded
good.
like it landed right in there.
if you're not watching the
There we
video
go.
and you're
He
just
did
listening,
it. Oh, he did it.
Here we-
Oh.
Hell yeah, bro.
Oh,
All right,
shit.
all right.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Nice.
Hell yeah.
with a full
Behind
yeah.
the shoulder. There you go.
Speaking of beers, we got some over there.
Yeah, what
you
you
don't have
want?
a
Yeah.
beer? Do you want a Miller Lite?
Ooh,
Modelo?
Modelo works.
A Modelo? Here you
Or
go.
Miller Lite.
I requested
got
some
this,
Bush
uh,
lattes.
Bishop.
Oh, Bush
the
Lights.
ones
Yeah,
called
Bush Lights.
Crackberry.
Didn't have Bush Lights over at the gas station. That's unfortunate.
I swear that gas station is a scam. I swear.
right here?
Every time we get gas,
What?
it's
Oh,
like
dude,
we'll
yeah,
have
that
like a
place is
weird
pretty
charge. And
Oh.
we always get our cards scammed by this shell down the street.
I actually caught one the other day. My card wouldn't go in at first, and I kept trying, and then I quickly realized like there's something off. The thing they put over the scam was like the scammer or scanner.
It's off I-35.
It was
guarantee.
it was like blocking the it from
Dude.
sliding
At least you
smoothly.
caught it, bro.
We
I
gotta stop
caught it,
going
dude. So
there.
I,
Oh,
I
yeah.
dude, I literally you could pull it all out.
These credit card scams are
I
getting
did. I
worse.
fucking pulled that shit out.
Now you start to go to the ones that have like that tap only.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, at what point are they gonna put something over the tap only?
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
like shit.
People are crafty as fuck.
You know
They
what's
gotta
really
figure it
funny? A couple of years ago, I went to Canada, and they were so proud that they were ahead of the Times having the tap credit card tap thing, and the U.S. didn't. Like that's everywhere I went. Oh, you're American? Oh, by the way, did you know? Oh God.
What in the holy?
We're making a lot of noise over here. All right. We're making a lot of noise. All right.
right.
What else is going on in the world?
So what? Okay.
edit that out.
Next, heck no, that's staying in there.
Okay.
Favorite new model that has come, the most recent models that have come out from 2022, I guess announced 2023. Any favorites?
This is what me and him were talking about. The new Toyota Sequoia is.
Dude, the
Ah,
new
he already-
Sequoia
Oh,
is
yeah,
Fucking
$100,000 SUV
Yeah,
from
I
a
mean,
Toyota.
That's the fucking standard mark if you want.
Let's go back
Okay.
to not spending $250,000 on GM. I'm not going to spend $100,000 on a Toyota.
Even before this Sequoia came out, I mean, when I used to sell cars at Toyota, like Sequoias were always 80 grand.
I don't see
always.
it.
for a
Always.
platinum.
I'd rather have
For
a
a,
Toyota
yeah, for a
than
platinum, yeah, of
Chevrolet.
course, yeah. But
No, if
I
you
would
want
pay.
a platinum, it's 120.
Yeah, I know.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I was going to grab another drink.
Oh, okay.
Big Pimpin' spin the G's, baby.
Wow.
That's not. That's not
What
where
else
drinks
is?
are.
What else is?
So-
He's going to piss.
No. So new Sequoia, the TRD Pro, anyways, and they went to like straight axle too, which is pretty cool. To do full flex.
Yeah, they're sick. I just
So,
wish they weren't 30.
What
grand
other
MSRP.
models have come out that are pretty sick?
Bill?
The 6-speed Supra.
Yeah,
That's pretty
Oh.
recent. It's
Yeah.
not really a new model, but
the GR,
finally put the 6-speed in it. That's nice.
the GR Corolla.
The GR, yeah.
It's
the
been
little-
out for a while, but I still think that's a sick car. I wonder,
You
didn't they have like
can't-
some
you
kind of
can't
track
get
edition?
one right now.
It's too much money for that car.
You can't
It's
get one.
super cool.
It's in the 30s, right? If I remember right.
Fuck no.
50 grand.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
No, that's not MSRP, is it?
Yeah.
MSRP is 50 grand.
You're not touching one at MSRP.
I don't believe that
Well,
for
look it
one
up right now.
second.
There's a track edition one too.
Yeah.
So it comes
Maybe-
with like
maybe
two
that
spare
might
tires
be
on
what
the
I'm-
back.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Let's
cool.
see.
Let's check it out.
Corolla GR. But you don't have that one on your keyboard.
I definitely don't have that. What's that called?
Enye?
Inye?
Enye?
Oh, yeah, I remember that from
In
Spanish
your
class.
business.
Enye. Let's see. That is not right. Let's see. Where's the? That's XSE trim. Oh.
So
I
there's
put-
a circuit edition, 42.9 for
Circuit
that.
edition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
circuit,
so you've got
yeah.
your
Okay.
core is 35.9.
Okay,
No,
circuit
they
edition
probably
is the
didn't
one.
make those. You'll never see one on
30
circuit
36.9.
edition. And then there's Marizo edition. I don't
Marizo.
even-
Marizo.
Marizo. That one's 49.9 MSRP.
Same, dude.
So that
Wow.
thing's going to go for all the money.
I wonder if those are numbered or what's up with those.
Comes with, what do you get? Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2
That's
tires
worth 10
on
grand
it.
right there.
It's a two-seater, no back seats, four
Oh, that's
doors,
kinda
no
cool.
back
and this
seats.
is a Corolla GR, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Four
So-
doors with no back seats.
That's hilarious.
A $50,000 Corolla.
Yeah.
So brace yourself because I went ahead and looked up the Yaris GR because there's also a Marizo edition.
Uh-huh.
What do you think the MSRP on a Yaris GR is?
They didn't.
Hopefully $3 because
Hey, man.
Yaris are
Man.
such pieces of shit.
Terrible car. Why the
Good
fuck can't you
Lord.
close cabinets back?
Okay, so
You
my
can't
wife,
do it, dude.
My wife
You
says the
can't-
same
you can't do
thing.
it.
My wife says the same
You
thing.
can't do
The
it.
entire time we were in Colorado, no cabinet was closed. I don't understand.
I open the cabinets. I'm not in charge of closing the
Sorry,
cabinets.
That was a side note.
Wow.
Can you shut the fuck up?
There you go.
There we go.
So a Yaris GR is 37 grand. The Circuit Edition is 44 grand.
For a Urus?
Wait, so that's
For
more
Yaris.
money
Big
than the
difference
For a
there.
Corolla?
Yaris.
Yeah,
difference
Yaris.
there.
Urus.
So what was the Circuit Edition for a Corolla?
Circuit edition 42.9.
Wait,
So a Yaris.
it's a
is worth-
Lamborghini Urus.
Yaris. Bro.
Yaris.
And you have a
We're
Toyota
talking
Urus.
That little shitty hatchback.
Wait.
that,
What's
like-
the spelling on that?
It's
They
a
last
Toyota,
2 years,
okay?
and then you literally drive them into a
YRIS.
trash can.
A
The
Yaris-
things that are going down the street with the donut tires. It looks
So it's a
unsafe
Urus
as
and a
fuck.
Yaris.
Yep.
Yaris.
Pretty close.
Yaris
Close.
is Toyota's like 2-door.
How do you? Can you spell that for me?
Are you serious right now?
YARIS.
Serious?
I want to know how they spell it differently. Yeah.
We've
But by
taken
the way,
Yaris's
he,
on
he,
training.
he asked me how to spell
Well, that's
ultrasound
Corolla.
earlier, so I don't. Did you make it out of high school?
No.
Barely.
Okay, so Evan keeps a book. I'm not sure if we've talked about this, but Mitch's Mitcherisms.
Mm.
We have a written log book dating years back
Of
just
genius quotes I've
dumbass
said.
Shit.
Genius quotes I've said.
Or genius quotes.
We need to bust that thing out one time.
And man, wow. Yeah, that'll
insane.
be an entire podcast of.
It'll
My-
blow your mind how smart I am.
My favorite is like the photocopy of the like checks that you've written out.
There's pictures in there. There's all of that. All of it. Quotes, pictures.
I'm kind of a big deal. People know me.
Kind of.
For all the wrong reasons. Oh man! All right, let's see what else we got. Let's see.
I love you, Bill.
We got a whole bunch of EV stuff on the list. I think
I don't want to talk about it.
Fuck that.
EVs. Let's go to the gram.
Well, it's talking about how shitty they are, so I don't know if that helps.
I think I don't know. It seems to be slowing down a little bit.
The hype
Just
is
seems
The EVs?
all the pressure and the kind of forced like movement
Mhm.
on that is seemed to slow down a little bit.
I
Okay,
think
so
the manufacturers are realizing that it's not viable.
It's not
You-
You can't
sustainable.
just
yeah.
flip a light
you
switch.
can't build as many of them as you want to. You can build a few thousand, right? But if you want to scale it, hundreds of thousands of vehicles, the resources available, the
Yeah.
margins suck on them, right? And at the end of the day, there's not as many people that want to buy them.
Well, it's
Yeah.
the longevity. There's
well-
already so the Tesla Model 3, the non-long range ones, now do not qualify for the tax credit because whatever, I don't remember the exact reason, but they don't go far enough or something like that to allow you to get this tax credit, or there's some sort of stipulation. And I think they're also realizing that they can't just force everybody to buy an EV. It's not reasonable.
Doesn't make sense.
Well, the other thing
So-
too that before Mitch interrupted me
Yeah.
earlier,
That's what I was
Sounds
trying
about
to.
right.
I was talking to someone from Toyota Corp, and they were saying that like just California alone, demand alone for California, there's not enough resources in this planet for just California. It's just all EVs, and there's also like other countries. Like you talk about like countries that can actually have the infrastructure for EVs. There's very few countries. The rest of the world, they're not gonna do EVs. There's no infrastructure. There's no way of charging
That's
any
a
of
good
that
point.
stuff.
You can't just cut it off.
Exactly. So
Impossible.
you have to continue to produce for the rest of the world. Very like I don't even know what the percentage would be, but like you talk about like U.S., Mexico, Canada. I don't know what Latin American countries would actually be able to put that infrastructure. Europe,
Yeah, there's no fucking way. It's
Russia is
Austin.
like a very. But yeah, no, there's not enough resources. There's not like infrastructure wise. I mean, you're gonna as a company, you're gonna lose a whole bunch of money because
Okay, so going back to EV, okay, Harley Davidson.
What do you mean going
Came
back?
out-
That's where
going
we're
back,
at.
we've been. on
Well,
EV.
okay, all right, let's go back to motorcycles and Harley Davidson.
I can
came
elaborate
They
on this
came
too.
out,
Okay.
they came out with the Harley Davidson Livewire for 2 years or 1 year.
They're still going.
No.
So here's what they did.
Harley
It was
Davidson
a-
is no longer Livewire though.
Yeah,
No,
it was
it
it was
is.
a 1 year by 2020. Okay, I
Okay.
bought one myself.
You did.
Right. Okay, so I bought one. Now, here's the thing. Harley produced, I think it was probably like 3,000 of
that's
these. They anticipated that they were going to sell through all of these. They were going to go like hotcakes. Well, they didn't. Branched off into a separate company, Livewire, right? So separate brand.
Same situation as Buell, correct or no?
Not really.
A little different.
Yeah.
So they did this. This wasn't. There was no partnership with it. So there was an IPO that hit last year, right? So now they're publicly traded. All that. That was kind of a train wreck. But guess how many motorcycles they sold last year?
So under Harley or under Livewire?
Under
Under
Livewire.
Livewire.
So how many Livewire EV motorcycles they sold for the entire year? Now keep in mind, in the United States, there's about 580 Harley dealers, and probably about 200 of those are Livewire dealers.
Ooh, okay,
Take a stab at it.
okay.
I can guarantee you'll be wrong.
So how many dealers are there?
580, but there's 200, roughly 200 that are Livewire dealers.
So you're talking there's 11 Harley dealers per state, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So they sold what? 4,000 of them?
No.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, you're way off.
657.
600, and how many did they produce?
We don't know.
Okay.
So
So a lot of them too is like because they didn't sell all the ones from the first year, they just changed skins and VIN numbers on the.
yeah, so
The
they
first generation
repurposed
ones.
some
They
of
repurposed
the
them, yeah.
motorcycles because they had so many of them. But here's the thing: is and they reduced the price by $10,000.
Right. So now I think they were what, 30 grand when they came out?
Yeah,
31.
So they're
And-
about 22.
22, yeah,
22.
22, 23, yeah.
22,000. So
And there's and the margins are super slim on those.
It's a
Like
little more
there's-
reasonable.
yeah, don't be a Livewire dealer.
So back to my Tesla thing. I was totally wrong, actually. So January 1st, they came out with the Inflation Reduction Act, which,
Right.
So if the tax credit for Teslas and other EVs, it had to be, like sedans had to be less than $60,000 and produced. The majority of it had to be produced in the U.S. All of Teslas, except for the SUV variant, were more expensive unless you got the base model. So you didn't get your tax credit of $7,500. Tesla reduced the MSRP to meet that, and on only one model. So yeah, you don't even get your EV
Tax
tax credit on
That
that stuff
sucks.
anymore. Yeah, SUVs have to be under 80,000 and produced majority in the states, and so their base configuration SUV comes in at like 76 grand, so that qualifies. So you have to get a bare bones base model one to get any of their qualifications for their tax credit. That started January 1st.
Is that you said that's federal
Mhm.
level?
Yep,
I
and
was wondering why they
so
lowered everything.
yeah, they lowered their
little
MSRP.
while
That's why
ago.
Yeah, I
Tesla's
saw
been
that,
having a little
yeah.
bit of a hard time. Why nobody. You
You
can't
reset
get the
that
nice
camera?
Tesla you want and get that.
Not
So
that
that's
one.
You
that's
said that
also
one.
very counterintuitive, though, right? If you're
I'll do
trying
it.
to
I'll do it.
if you're trying to push EVs, why would you not extend that tax credit?
Right.
So I don't know. That seems a little counterintuitive. I'm sure there's more to it, but
Yeah,
There you go.
Man.
What is happening right now?
Changing camera angles.
Yeah, no, we got to reset the camera every 30 minutes because we have shitty cameras.
We lost our GoPros for some unknown reason.
Yeah, where'd
What's wrong with the GoPro?
I have no idea where I left them. My ADHD kicked in. I have no clue where they are.
Huh.
I've been looking for those things for 2 weeks. I have no idea where they are.
Dude, I love that sound.
They're not that
Better
expensive.
buy some Mo.
Some Mao.
Some Mo.
Oh well. Anyways,
Cool.
so EVs, cool.
What is this?
Don't.
What's
touch-
that do?
Don't touch that.
Can I press that?
No,
Just
no,
really, I
don't.
really
No,
want to
no,
press
don't
that,
touch
please.
it.
You probably
Can I
shouldn't
just
touch
press
that.
If this podcast ends
Can
because
I
you
just,
push it,
I just want really.
all right, go for it.
No.
All right,
Hell yeah, brother.
let's go do some IG questions.
Well, actually, since we're since
Since we're since.
I'm
Since
sorry.
we're since.
Since
Since
we're
we're
since.
talking about EVs.
No.
Well, okay, real quick. Ford came out with the Ford Lightning.
Oh my God, dude. Are you
Right.
serious?
Okay. Hold on. We came out with the Ford Lightning.
He
We
has
came
something
out
new.
with the
Hold on.
Mach. We came out with the Mach E, right? The Mustang Mach E.
Mm,
But that's all they've came out with. Why?
Uh-huh.
because their product sucks.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
testing the market. They want to see if people are actually going to buy them.
Yeah, you don't
So I
want to show your
figured,
whole
I
hands
figured
right
Ford would
off
come
the
out with
rip.
like an actual sedan or an SUV that's fully electric, which again the Mach E is, but that's the only thing they've came out with. So I was wondering why.
Exactly like you said. You don't want to just show your whole hand.
Yeah.
Got it.
You don't want to just.
I
yeah.
think they all know that in the back of their minds, there's no way you can convert 100%. I think there's always going to be a
Yeah.
small niche. Then it makes
Of course.
sense, right? There's going to be those customers, but to switch over 100%, I mean,
It's
people that
unfeasible.
drive for a living, right? I mean, all these things, there's no way.
Yeah.
You know, your
way.
Phillips are, unless they figure out a way to charge in 5 minutes,
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah, that makes
Right.
sense. Yeah. So there you
Right. We're
So-
done with electric stuff. Let's
knows?
go back to
Well,
in 100
I was-
years. you're gonna be
Gasoline.
able
Go
to
back
Let's
to real
go.
cars.
I- I-
30
Fossil fuels. V8s.
Yep. Yep. That you need to
I,
save
I, I,
those.
will, I will say this. Like I was talking to my buddy that works at corporate, like Toyota corporate, and he said that anything that comes from the Volkswagen Group, GM, or Toyota, that's like standard across the board for like anything in the automotive market. If Ford comes out with it, everybody knows that it's like, nah, they just pieced it together from other manufacturers.
Got it.
Makes
Got it.
sense.
I'm sure there's also a little bug in their ear, you know, like, hey, you guys better get on this fucking bandwagon here, because yeah, I'm sure there's some stuff going on behind the scenes.
Yep. All right, we're done with the EV stuff. You got
Yes,
your
please.
EV out of your system.
I'm done with
Apparently, he
EV.
doesn't want to fucking talk about it.
I am done.
We're gonna have a podcast where we don't talk about EVs. Can we do that?
That'd be awesome.
I
feel
wrote
like,
an entire thing of it, but I really don't give a shit. So
Perfect.
I feel like EVs have come in conversation since the very first podcast.
Operation.
So I apologize to our only like 5 listeners that we have for this podcast. We'll talk about something else other than EVs moving forward. All right, IG questions. Will the Viper ever return in any form? I feel like we talked about this
We
before.
just-
well,
Yeah.
that question just came up like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's,
Someone
there's
asked
no
that.
telling.
Yeah.
There's no telling. It's been over so many
That'd
times.
be sick.
There's,
EV
there's literally
Viper?
There's no telling. Yeah, I'm sure. Well, 100% once that is a thing, they will do that to sell more cars. Like, high dollar sports car, EV powered, and yeah, slap a Viper badge on it.
Well, let's see. What was y'all's most memorable car deal from Hot Rides or other dealers? I feel like there's a lot of them.
That's a tough one to.
I
just
mean,
get
when you
bonus
sell
on.
10,000 cars, does one deal,
Yeah, but there has to be
Stand out?
there has to be
More
a
than
couple
that,
that
bro.
stand out. We've talked about a few of them.
Don't take away from us like that.
Yeah, come on.
10,000.
I'm just rounding.
It's well more
Down.
than that, buddy.
He's just making
Am I
up
rounding
numbers.
down
Heavily.
heavily?
Yeah. Oh, come
Yeah.
on, man.
What are you talking about?
Don't
I'm just guesstimating.
don't do that.
You're horrible at that.
Is it more like 15,000?
Sure.
A little more.
17,000?
Oh my God. Anyways, I can't think of one on the spot.
I can't either.
There's some very memorable ones. That's a great Evan question.
That would
He
be a good
remembers.
Evan question.
He's
He
really
would
good at
know.
remembering stuff like that.
Yeah.
Any memorable in the last month or two? Anyone's
Ooh.
gone sideways or anyone like gone great?
I'm trying to think, but I mean,
We've had a lot of really cool deals. There's a guy who just bought a 1LE, Z01 1LE from us in Idaho. Just left today on an enclosed trailer. Really cool guy. I came in during the snow day and answered the phone and put that deal together. And that guy was a really one of the probably the most respectable customers we've had in a minute.
he's super cool.
A
Super cool.
really cool guy, and people like that. You know, we're excited to have them as customers for sure. That was a good guy. His name was
I sold the cars today to a guy who's 83 years old.
Hell yeah.
So that's really cool.
Was it the Camaro deal?
And I didn't know this, but banks will not. He got a higher interest rate because of his age.
That's horseshit.
Because the likely, yeah, he said the banker actually said that to
That's
him.
funny.
'Cause
They
he'll
said
die
the
before
interest rate's
that.
higher because the likeliness of a chargeback is higher because of his age due to
Death.
death.
Yikes.
And I thought that was crazy because I never heard of that before.
I didn't
mean,
even
that
know
is
that
about
was
as-
a thing.
But I mean,
I didn't know that
it
either.
kinda-
I've never
Statistics
heard
show you will die between 75 and 83.
Sure.
And
Oh,
they
he-
had some crazy statistic, and they gave him an interest rate on that statistic.
I mean, that kind of makes sense because if
And
you're
that is
like,
a straight brass tax like
Yeah.
Isn't that
business
crazy?
Oh, yeah.
decision. How do you
That's
how do you
brutal.
just come out and say? I mean,
Right.
That's
man,
such
we're
a
gonna-
red flag, though, because
Isn't
when
it-
you're with
isn't that,
lending,
like, discriminatory?
there's
He was
like-
born in
we-
1946.
We have to fill out forms that say, hey, you know, we didn't discriminate based on age, race,
Yeah.
sex,
Yeah.
anything
So
like
that seems
that,
kinda weird.
right? So,
Yeah. Are you
Man,
sure, Mitch?
So he
they
no,
really said
so
that.
he actually he applied with
Was it a credit
Fidelity.
union?
It was a Fidelity or something, and they wouldn't give him a loan. He has an 848 credit score, and they denied him with $30,000
Come on.
down.
oh my
There's
gosh,
grounds. See, that's the shit that needs. Yeah, that
Dude,
see, that's
because
where-
they said
that's
the
where you can
likeliness
sue the
of
fuck
death
out
is
of
more
somebody.
prone. And I
I mean-
thought that was crazy.
it is.
I mean,
but
it-
is
it-
it though?
Like
Like,
technically, in today's age, though, you could, like, you know, totally makes sense as
It
fucked up
does
as
make
is.
sense, but it's kind
Yeah.
of fucked
But
up.
in today's
fucked up.
age, like if you want to get upset about something and you know,
It's crazy. He's like, they
Feel
wouldn't give me a
discriminated
loan because I
against,
was,
so
I was 70 plus years old. I was
Cut
like,
us off.
what?
there you go. All the woke people jump on that train.
He was going to buy a C8
Right.
for $90,000, put $30,000 down. He has an 848 credit score, and he got denied
That's
because
crazy.
of his age. I
Well, I
was
mean-
blown
are you
away.
sure that he didn't walk in there and cross out their shit and put 5.5%?
I don't know if he did that. I don't know if he did that, but he said it's because of his age. So I thought that was crazy. He could barely get out of the car. I had to help him out of the car, which kind of
him out of the
crazy,
car.
you know. And I'm thinking, you know, I'm 36 years old. I can jump in and out of a car as fast as I can, and then he's slowly trying to, you know. I
Is
was
there
just-
handicap accessories for cars? Like, you know, how, like in the shower, you have like that extra bar that you hold on to walk in. Is there something like that for?
Are you serious right now?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
there is for Corvettes. Only the vet, though.
Harley
the-
makes
the
strikes
CA.
for the Harley
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
strikes for anything
They have
over
these
60
things
years
called
old.
handicap vans. They work pretty well.
That's what he should have bought then.
Yeah.
You know, I was really surprised that I didn't come up on as a memorable car purchase. I just bought my Raptor from you guys
Yes.
2 months ago.
Man, we got
Yes.
that out of our minds real quick.
Man, I tell you what,
You were not memorable, man.
great
Yeah, Brian just
experience.
bought
You
a
went from a
Viper.
Focus RS to a Raptor.
It's
Yeah.
a sensible family car.
That's it.
450 horsepower, twin turb skis, 10 speeds. I'm into it.
Turbskis.
Hey, bro.
Turbskis.
I'm from California, bro.
I'm from New York.
That's not helping your case.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Same thing. Well, speaking of which, Raptor or
How,
TRX?
how is that thing?
Dude,
Okay,
love
so
it.
the Raptor
Yeah?
TRX.
Good. Good.
Ooh, Raptor. Okay.
Okay, so a lot of people
The
are trading
Raptor
in
TRX.
Raptor,
Raptor
or
versus
TRX.
TRX.
versus
Which-
TRX.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
which
Shut
one would
the
you
fuck
take?
up.
No. Fuck that.
We were
Get-
in the middle
get
of
on
trying to
YouTube.
converse. About
No,
Can you
I
shut
was-
the fuck up?
No, get on YouTube. Get on YouTube right now.
I
Everybody's
don't want to.
trading.
I want to ask Brian how his purchase
Okay.
was with
All right,
Texas
all right. Let's go back to Brian.
My purchase was amazing, but if we do want to get on the TRX versus Raptor R debate,
Let's do this.
right? Okay, so
Everybody.
I've watched these videos.
Everybody's
now,
watched
here's
the
what
videos.
happens. I don't know how they let some of these guys review these things and nobody knows how to launch it because the TRX has a launch button in it. It can't get any easier. I don't know how the Raptor R launches, but if you brake boost that thing, I'm sure you can get her going.
Dude, I've heard the Raptor R.
Dude,
basically
everybody is
shits on the
everybody's
TRX.
going to the Raptor R more than TRX. Everybody's trading
It's-
them in.
Sure. I mean, you
Everybody.
got 10-speed auto, right? It's about, what, 700 pounds lighter.
It's a GT 500 on
7,200
35.
On
RPM.
35s, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a sweet truck.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And of course, the new revised interior with the bigger screen. And
Yes.
dude, the 20 we have. So actually, right now we have a 21 Super Snake Shelby truck. That's actually probably also one of my more favorite pieces. of
Slammed on the
merch.
ground, and it's four-wheel drive.
But
Blows
the
my mind.
interior, I've always dogged Ford so hard on their interior. The interior on the 21s and up are super nice. Super
They
refined.
copied the RSQ8. It looks like John's interior.
What?
Bro,
Have you seen it?
are you okay?
No. Have you seen
Dude,
it?
I
Have you sat in
stumbling
Have you
on
John's
your
seen?
word.
Have you seen the Super Snake versus
Yeah, I
the
don't see
RS?
that
Yeah,
at
it's
all.
not even close.
It looks exactly the same.
Can you shut the fuck up? Hey, can you post a picture of these two interiors?
Yeah.
I'll
They
put-
look
I'll-
exactly the
I'll-
same.
I'll put side
Exactly the
by
same.
side.
We literally have two here. So you can do like, do a little.
They're both doing like the
Fisheye.
diamond oval stitch, red interior. They look identical.
Hey, what were those things
Oh my
called? The
God,
live
dude.
edibles? What was that shit?
Live resin edibles?
Yeah.
Li-
Whatever that is, fuck that.
Yeah. Leather
That destroyed your
designs
mind.
is totally different than the entire interior. Just because they have diamond quilted stitching doesn't mean the interior is
It
the
looks
same.
exactly the same.
Anyways, the 21s and up are super refined. So you've got a GT 500 on 35s with a truck bed, and all hail because this is Texas. Those things sound pretty badass. A buddy of mine, the guy who paid the 50 over I was talking about, he owned a TRX before, and he told me, he goes, dude, this thing will put 10 car links on a TRX. I'm like, oh, shit.
Bullshit.
Have we gone on YouTube
We'll
to
see.
actually
Hey,
look to see what they
If
actually-
Dodge is still cool, we're going to find out if Stellantis is still cool.
Wait, go back. Who?
Stellantis,
Stellantis?
who now owns
I've never heard of
Dodge. Are you serious?
that. No, I haven't. Like, I'm serious.
Well, it was FCA, and then it was acquired by Stellantis, so now it's still under Stellantis wings. Are you being serious right
I've
now?
never heard of this.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, anyways, if they are still cool, we will see another TRX variant. If they've given it up and thrown in the towel, we won't see anything. So that'll actually tell you a
That
lot
sucks.
too.
It'd be cool if they came out with a TRX
I
red eye.
still prefer Ram interiors.
100%.
Yeah, big time.
However,
best.
I can't talk down on Ford interiors 21 plus. Excellent trucks. Sorry, Brian.
Hey, now, you know what, man? They did a great job with it. They did.
Ford is definitely leaps and bounds better than Chevy.
It's
Good.
I will agree with that.
What is wrong with
I don't know.
GM
Chevy's fucking.
interiors?
GM just hasn't really stepped it up at all.
Dude,
At
their
all.
interior it's terrible, dude. It's terrible. And you get these people, they're, oh, my high country. And, dude, I'll get in the high country we get up here, and I'm just looking around. I'm like, are you serious?
Well, these
Yeah,
this is
AT4s are
terrible.
bringing like $100,000. I'm
That's so
like,
stupid.
why?
People are stuck in their ways.
Why?
So does Chevy still do this? I had a 2015 Silverado. Okay,
Oof.
and once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. But every Chevy pickup truck, they take the steering column, it's tilted,
Slightly
just
tilted.
a little
Yep.
bit to
Yeah,
the
they still
left.
do that.
100%. They've
I
done,
had to
they
get
do
rid of
that
the
on
truck.
not just trucks and stuff.
Couldn't have it, didn't want it.
100%.
Nope,
Corvettes are like that.
I don't know why
Ugh.
the fuck they do that.
can't
like
do it.
like the earlier C5 or C5s are really bad.
Yeah.
It's visible. You can visibly see that.
I mean, I
I've
get
never
it.
understood that.
In a work truck, if you're getting in and out every day, got a big old beer gut.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell.
Miller Lite. Yeah. I reckon.
I like to say
you do
the
it.
Will loves Miller Lite.
I fucking love it,
It's
dude.
not Miller Lite. It's Miller Lite.
And they only have 1 calorie more than Michelob Ultra.
That's right.
Yeah. If you go into a
1
gas
calorie.
station to buy Michelob Ultra, they're going to give you some serious shit. You got to put it back and get a Miller Lite.
That's it. 1
Right.
more calorie.
You've seen the commercial.
And Will, counts his calories every day. So
You just pat my stomach.
He just smashed his head on
Yeah,
his
what
mic.
the Get out of here.
Hey, stop it.
okay.
Hey, you didn't complain when we were in Colorado.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Hey, now.
Hold on here.
I didn't drink Miller Lite. in
Okay.
Colorado.
You
Yes,
know what?
did.
No, I didn't.
Brian,
Yes, you did.
what is your most memorable sale? Can you is that something you can recall right off the
Oh
rip?
man, My most memorable sale. Well,
Good
I
or
guess
bad?
it depends on what context, right? Because we all have those sales where we're like, how do we get this done? It
Well, yeah,
happens.
that's
the
true.
miracle, right?
That's
So
true.
you've got the miracle sale, but then you have the life-changing sale too. And those are kind of fun. I don't know. I dig
intrigued.
those. So, okay, it might be a little bit different with cars than it is with motorcycles, but the exciting thing is when you get somebody that comes in, and here's what happens. Everybody puts off buying the Harley because they've got family stuff, right?
Impractical.
Family, whatever's going
Practicality.
on, their jobs, all that.
Yeah.
So when you see when it changes somebody's life and like what happens with it, I mean, I've watched grown men cry buying a damn Harley.
Yeah.
It's great. It's
I thought
cool.
you were talking about where they'll show up in the assless chaps the next week, leather, got the
It's really funny.
lifestyle change.
I always thought before I got into the Harley business,
Assless chaps.
stereotypical Harley, right? Tattoos, assless chaps, all the things, and it's everything but. It is literally everything but. They're almost the minority versus you get doctors, lawyers, everybody in between.
Harley is doing good on the, broadening their horizon, not just the tatted, truck driver. Now they're going for, Wait, what
Is
is?
what Brian's in the middle of explaining.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm
so
sorry.
that's-
I'm sorry.
that- what
Can
that-
you shut the fuck up?
That's it. All right.
But no, I mean those kind of deals, like that's the exciting stuff. It gets your blood
true.
going, and it's But then we also have, I mean, trust me, you get the yahoos that come in, and you're like, how did the bank say yes
The
on this?
Yahoos, I like that.
Yahoo, baby.
Oh yeah. So
Whole bunch of ACA deals right there.
well, okay, there's some different lenders. There's subprime lenders. Now there's a subprime lender. I'm not going to say what their name is. However, they are a leasing outfit, okay? So leasing of motorcycles. Now, you would think that like leasing a car, oh, that makes sense. It's lower monthly payment, all this stuff. When you lease a motorcycle, this is for somebody where every bank said no, okay? Now, a few years back, this place, now they've gone out of business
Multiple.
2 times. They're resurrected from the dead, right?
That's great. Just in time for COVID, and
Now
they shut down.
you can only do this on pre-owned motorcycles, but anyways, so you have to send in if you have to send in like a copy of their pay stub, residence, all that. I kid you not, in this place accepted it, and my mind was blown. They asked for proof of residence. This guy gave us a handwritten
Oh man,
letter
that reminds me of
I
this.
live here.
that had it was because the post office had stamped it with whatever the post office do on the inside, and we scanned it all in. It had his old address with past due child support, and they said, "Hell yeah, brother, sell that guy a motorcycle."
26.99, baby. Let's go.
There it is.
There's no interest rate; it's a lease.
Oh wow.
They dictate whatever it is. It's the weirdest thing.
just a big down payment.
Yeah, this was when I was in Oklahoma, so things might have been a little different. Not
Yeah.
in Texas.
They're, they're
Good
scratching and clawing
Lord.
for business there.
Oh,
Did they require a large down payment, or what made them make
so
that decision?
here's the interesting
because
thing.
a
So
Harley depreciates pretty heavily.
the bank
so
is
a
always
lease is very
Well, that's not it.
it's very strange. So the way that it's not like your traditional lending. So normally the bank would say you need 10%, 20%, 30%, whatever it is down. So in a lease, there's a calculator. It's all done on their site.
Sure.
But it's based on book value of it. So let's just say you own something, you're in it for not a lot of money.
Right.
If you reduce your purchase price, it reduces their down payment. So if they might have, at full retail, it might be $5,000 down. Well, if you can sell it to them for, trade-in value, they might not only have to put maybe $500 or $1,000 down.
okay.
So it works for a
Well, right,
unit
so
that you're
they're-
into it, right?
Okay, so they're obviously just concerned about their equity, but if you have Joe Bob past due child support, just let my last Harley go yesterday, need a new one, and they want a nicer one, they require a large chunk down.
Oh yeah, they will. But here's the thing. So if you are a multimillionaire and you just want to be a millionaire, start a subprime leasing
no shit.
company in the power sports business.
So what? So Harley Financial, what's the
Yeah.
lowest credit score they will accept?
So it doesn't go off of just
Yeah, they
credit
don't even
score.
care, dude.
So it's a multitude of factors, right? So time on the
Equity.
job, how long you've lived,
Equity.
where you're at, right?
Equity.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
figured.
I do have to say, so out of all the lenders, they're
sure
the
you have
easiest to
insurance.
deal with, right? It's, I mean, they'll give someone a shot. They might do like, $2,000, 24 months at least to get them started, build some credit. So, finance the taxes. Let's roll.
Wow.
Let's roll.
Wow. $2,000, 24 months. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yikes.
Do you think Harleys depreciate as he says? I don't think they do.
You got to be kidding me.
They don't.
So-
they don't depreciate like you think they do. If you bought it at MSRP,
kidding me?
if you bought it at MSRP, it's not as bad as any other metric out there.
If I buy a Harley,
Which you did.
I'm talking like
What you
a
did.
$40,000 Harley, and I sell it in 2.5 years. I only say this because we have seen this carry out, and we have shopped y'all these exact Harleys I'm speaking of. That's nice, Mitch.
Nice, Mitch. Nice.
Sorry.
These people are so upside down; it's insane.
Yeah, but it has
Some of
nothing.
them have products.
It has nothing to do with
Some
it.
of them have products. Some of them don't.
Yeah, but most of them pay like DSRP or way above MSRP.
Well,
okay, but it still depreciates. That's still depreciation from what they've paid.
No, I'm not saying they don't depreciate at all, but if you compare it to any other metric brand out there, they hold their value way better.
as a percentage, I think they hold their value better. Right now, the more expensive the bike, the quicker it
It
depreciates.
depreciates,
It's
yeah.
the same thing. Like if you an S65 Mercedes that
Oh,
was
well, yeah.
$200,000, right? You can
Yeah,
buy them
that-
now for what, $30,000, right?
Yeah,
Like
that's the whole league of its own there.
so,
That's a
similar
terrible
thing.
comparison.
But if you take the smaller bikes, the under 10,000 or what used to be under 10,000, I mean those now are selling for more than they were
Oh, yeah,
new. But
absolutely.
just because the natural progression of
Yeah,
how
yeah.
much
Correct,
everything's
inflation.
gone up. But yeah, the bigger the bike, the harder the hit you're going to take on it.
exactly, and that's
So-
with anything. Although some of these cars, aka a Trackhawk, a TRX, used.
Like a Trackhawk's never depreciated a day in its life, right? No, for real, it hasn't. Wait,
That's
wait.
correct, Mitch. Just so slightly.
Close enough.
The Trackhawk is not depreciated. They still have their depreciation, but however, Brian happened to find the nugget of gold in all of cars and S65s, S63s. That is probably the heaviest depreciation in 7 Series BMWs.
Oh, of course.
Are probably the worst depreciating cars in all of cars. Absolutely.
All right, moving on to the next question. Best bang for buck, 2-door under $30,000.
Import or domestic.
All around.
So
This dude, yeah, JDM and or I
well,
guess import
I
and
still stand by my LS3 vet for a
I will
sub
agree
30,
with that.
domestic. Import.
Well, the 18 Mustangs, have they dropped below 30?
Yeah, I mean in the right scenarios.
I mean, 465 horsepower.
you can get it. You can get a 10-speed cloth.
Right.
I mean, if you might. I mean, of course, there's always that one random crazy deal out there, but I think you can actively get a 10-speed cloth 1850. I think you can get those starting with it too. It's going to be tough, but
Yeah.
you can absolutely find one. That'd be a great car.
That may be bang for the
Hmm.
buck.
Import STI is a great
Yeah.
choice.
What's
As
that
long as you don't
2-door?
plan on big mod. Oh, 2-door.
2-door, yeah. Will the BRZ be in that?
Yeah, BRC is
BRZ
good. I feel like that's if you ask for sub 20.
Sub 30.
Although the newer BRZs are pretty nice.
Let's see what else. the
Supra's
2-doors.
not quite there. I really like the new Supras. I like
Yeah, the
those a lot.
Supras are pretty dope.
What's going on?
What's happening over here?
Nothing is going on.
Okay.
All right, here we
All
go.
right. So this one,
Mitch, what about you? We agree on the LS3 vet. What do you think? for an import?
LS3 Vet and the
Import.
obviously the 2018 above Mustangs, I think. Are,
Import.
oh,
Import.
import.
Yeah.
Has the Civic Type R's dropped at all?
Those are 4-doors.
4-doors. We're talking 2-doors.
Oh, we're talking 2 doors.
You can find one with a 2, but yikes.
Imports, I really don't have anything that's coming to mind, really.
Okay.
We were saying Supras earlier, so
Yeah,
I wish
you
Supras were
can't-
BMWs.
can't touch 'em.
Honestly.
A 3 even. Man,
mean-
I don't know. Import wise, I don't know.
What
What-
about
what
those
are- what-
BMWs? Those what is that? A Z? Is it Z3?
Z4, I guess.
Z4.
What is that? Those older ones that I don't even know.
I'm not like I
Yeah.
wish
Sub 20.
Toyota would have done something different. I mean,
with the Supra,
You
Yeah.
can get an E92 for sub 30 all day long, and
Yeah.
that's as long as you get the right one. That's a great choice.
did you know that like for a Toyota like Supra versus like this is a Z4 like the like engine parts and all that, that's technically a different part number. Like Toyota actually modified whatever BMW gave them, so it's not the exact identical vehicle.
but when I get in a
pretty
Toyota
close.
Supra, I feel like I'm in a BMW.
Oh, yeah, the
And
interior-
I don't
oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Is it the chime?
I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. I don't like it. And again, I'm
sorry,
not a
the
huge
gong.
BMW
the
fan.
gong.
Does anybody know what BMW stands for?
Bavarian Motor Works.
Dumbass.
I'm proud of you. A lot of people don't know.
Where they think like British Motor Works.
I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not a fan, though. I really wish Toyota had been like,
Why?
you know what? I'm going to make a Toyota Supra and put a Toyota motor in it, twin turbo, blah, blah, blah.
I should have, but
Brian, best Harley sub 20.
Sub 20.
he's trying to
The
change
new-
the subject.
Okay, no. I would say the Lowrider S.
Tell me about
like
it.
so-
like
You're
MA
speaking
platform
foreign
or
language.
Yeah, MA Lowrider S. So if you're talking a new one, right? So this thing,
Newer. It
it's
doesn't
got
have
a
to be newer.
117 cubic inch motor on a smaller frame, right? So it's big motor, small bike, dual discs, inverted front end, monoshock rear. Actually handles pretty good, right? I mean, it's
I have no clue. what
Wait,
the
wait,
fuck
okay,
is it.
okay, I know what you're talking about, but what about a Sportster S?
okay. Sportster S, good bike if you put mid controls on it. Not a fan of the forwards on it. If you're talking about performance bike, actually though, it's a little over 20. Pan America, 150 horsepower dirt bike.
I would agree with that.
that's
right?
a fun bike to ride.
It's the only
Those are
motorcycle
so ugly.
with adaptive ride height.
like 'em.
Bless those.
They ride really nice. They are ugly, but they ride really
Okay,
nice.
hold on. Did you say
I kind of like them.
so? You would prefer like a GS 1200, GS 1250?
I
He
don't
doesn't
know
know what you're talking
what
about. He
you're
doesn't know
talking
what
It
you're
is
talking
the
about.
best
BMW.
looking adventure touring motorcycle out there. All the other ones look hideous.
So
I've
Brian,
never
if you had
enjoyed
20 grand, you would go with the lowrider. what do you say?
If I'm sticking traditional Harley, Lowrider S. I think that's for the dollar for what you're getting performance wise. It's a great bike.
Why do they call it the lowrider?
Mm,
Is it sit lower, or is that just
not
that's just-
really.
not
It's just
really,
called a
no.
Lowrider.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Odd
I'm
name
gonna
choice
Google
then.
that right now.
Yeah.
It's probably
What-
some
what is an
purist out there
honest
yelling at me.
opinion?
What
right
is
now.
a Pan America MSRP?
It's about
Is it
20
mid-20s, right? Oh, no, yeah,
give
low
or take.
20s, yeah.
So
All
you can get a base model. So they make a standard,
Which is
Pan
like
America
18.
standard, yeah, which is like 17, 18 for that.
Oh, sorry.
I like the attitude.
You got to chill out with those Pan Americas because girls just throw themselves at you while you're driving.
Well,
Gotta get them
I
dad
don't,
jeans.
I don't
and
think
New
it's
Balance
the
shoes.
bike. I think it's the high vis yellow that scares them away when you're wearing that going down the road,
Oh, yeah.
standing up.
Mhm. Big bright vest. What is an honest opinion of the Harley that I bought? I don't even know what it's called.
Street
So
Bob
Street Bob.
special.
You're
Okay.
a
Give me,
street
just
bob.
give it. I don't care. It can be the
Bill
biggest
has
piece
no
of
idea
shit
what he
on the planet.
bought.
So the Street Bob. Here's what the Street Bob is.
I haven't
so
started that thing in 2 months.
I want to ride it.
We were just talking about the
still start.
Lowrider S. Okay, so the Lowrider S would be more compared to like the GT 500. Okay,
Okay.
as far as Mustangs. So if we're going to compare cars.
Ooh, I got a Mustang
You're-
GT.
So you got a
Bring it.
Mustang GT. That's exactly what
Ah,
you
yeah.
got, right? So you got a
That's what's
Mustang GT,
Is
right?
it a performance pack?
Okay.
You got the
or-
5.0. You got the
take it.
6.
No, you got the 4.6.
You didn't get the PP2. So you're not
Damn.
there because you
Damn.
got single disc brake up front, but you still got a
Oh,
GT.
hell.
I'm kind of proud
Actually-
he knows what a PP2 is. But all
All
right,
right,
keep going.
Good job,
So
Brian.
here's the thing. It might be maybe like a California special without the
All right.
California in it.
Love
Okay, so you got the so here's no.
It's special.
Here's the deal. You got the skinny back tires, right? So you can get after it, right? First 3 gears, you're just spinning tires, right? Same thing on that bike. You get after it, whoop whoop whoop. Spinning the tire.
I love
oh
it.
my god.
Hell yeah.
So it's a piece of shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
So,
Got
but
it.
if we want to compare, if we want to compare, bikes to cars, right? So Pan America, might be not the prettiest thing on the planet, but if you're going to compare it to a car,
It's a Volvo.
I like
it,
it.
it's Trackhawk Jeep.
Drives great, but it's a fucking ugly ass car.
So you can do some
it's sort of cool,
okay
though, at the same
off-road
time.
with it.
I would
Handles
say-
really good on
I
the
would say
street.
Land Cruiser is better comparison.
No,
Yes.
Nah,
100%.
I don't know.
no,
Yes.
What year's your Harley?
no. 2021.
What's
22.
MSRP?
I have no clue.
It's like 15 and some change. I think? On
It's
the-
higher
on
than
the
that
new- on the
now. I
new
think they're
one.
like
Yeah.
16, 17 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
And
was
what's
blue.
What's it
and
worth
looked
now?
cool.
With it, no miles on it? What's it worth now?
I think I've got 70 or 80 miles on it.
I don't know what they're bringing.
I
Retail.
can't answer that question.
Good answer.
I don't care. I really don't care. That's funny as fuck.
I would say that
$5,000.
No. It's still in the teens.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. You
Rich.
could,
Yeah,
I'm
no,
surprised.
yeah.
and for what I
Rich.
sold it to you for, you'll get
He
your money
hooked
back
me
out
up.
of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
hooked me up. That-
Rich.
I literally made like a sell it to me for this, and I'll buy it. And he's like, all right. I was like, fuck. All right.
Let's do it.
Don't fucking tell anybody I'm buying this.
Keep it a secret.
That was funny.
No, but it really like I enjoy like street pops are cool. They're comfortable. They're lightweight. Throw 'em around. It's a good looking motorcycle too.
It looks cool.
And that MA
I like
is
the
plenty of
color.
torque.
It's a nice color.
Love the color.
Yeah.
Love the
That's
color.
not reflu. It's what's it called?
Fastback
Fastback blue.
Fastback blue. Yep.
Wait, what's the Fastback Blue?
Fastback
Yeah.
blue. Mustang.
Bill loves Mustangs, so I like that.
Goddamn right.
Oh hell! Oh hell!
Dude. Holy hell.
All right.
What else we got?
Let's see. Another question is Huracan or R8, which is more enjoyable to drive? Which is
That
almost,
is 100%
The exact same car.
No,
Yeah.
no, hell no.
It's the
I-
exact
Oh,
same car.
No, it's
PowerPoint.
not. It's
That
close.
is a 100% opinionated question. I'm going to answer this from an opinionated standpoint, and that is going to be that the R8 is a more well-refined version of a Huracan.
100%.
If you want to be loud and flamboyant, Huracan all day long. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's why you buy those cars. If you want a little more refined, a little more subtle, and what I feel to be a more comfortable riding car is R8 all day long.
They drive so much better.
They do drive
From the
better.
steering
I
feel,
don't
everything.
understand
Same
that.
car.
No.
It's not the same
Not
fucking
even
It's
car.
not the same car. It's
Same
similar.
car.
Similar.
No, no.
Similar
Same
vehicle.
drive.
Same car.
R8 100%.
You can sit in the passenger side, and your left foot doesn't have to like basically be on the dash
Yeah.
because of the giant hump in the floorboard.
Same car.
Okay, well I prefer the R8.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Lamborghini.
I wouldn't say
R8.
Lamborghini. I'm saying
Alright.
the same fucking car.
Lambro.
Lambro. All right. Do you think the Gen 5 and now Gen 6 GM engines will be as big as LS platforms?
You know what? That's actually a really badass question, and that's something.
It's a really good question.
That is something I've pondered for quite a.
And what sucks is, I'm an LS guy.
I don't
right?
think so.
I love LS1s, LS2s, LS3s,
Let me-
LSAs. I'm a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of LT cars.
The LS motor is the modern day fucking 350. Like
Oh,
everything.
yeah, 100%.
350.
hell.
I agree with that.
Oh, hell.
I have always wondered this though. Is there going to be another engine platform that is that? So you have guys like you, but from the 70s. that are like,
LS.
put a 350
Oh,
in
hell.
everything. 350, Edelbrock this, Holly that. Blah, blah,
LS1's the
blah.
best motor ever
And
made.
then you have like the LS7s where those are the guys that are really cool. They're like, I
Right.
got the 454 fucking this.
I got
that,
a
the other.
427, best
think-
motor
I think-
ever made.
I think the LS based engine is that like, I don't know, enthusiast, stubborn motor of our generation or our times.
I agree.
I think the LTs are, the shit that, came in the, like the LT1s literally in the early 90s, the TPIs, the TBIs, all
Right.
that stuff.
Right.
I think you're seeing, I think we're in like a weird crossover phase. The problem is there's not a bright
Okay,
outlook
so
in the
let's
future.
break it
what the
down.
hell might be next.
Let's break it down. The difference between LS3 and LT1 is direct
Direct
injection. So,
Wait,
what's
did I
better?
just hear two different things? You said
Direct
so.
injection.
Direct injection.
Okay,
That's a
gotcha.
big difference.
So what's
There's several. Other
what's
differences.
better?
Several.
I personally am an LS3 fan.
Well, it's not necessarily that one's better, but you know what lasts as long, what's more responsive to things, what better with upgrades, stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of different variants.
So
LT4s are awesome. I will say that the LT1s,
but LSA I feel like is a better motor,
and you might be right.
and I might be right. You're exactly right.
LS9 is a badass motor.
Is a badass fucking motor.
LT4s are great. They hold power. We're seeing a lot of problems at LT1s.
We have.
tons of piston issues, cracked pistons, stuff like that. Lots of oil consumption. Tons of just weird, finicky issues with the LT1s. The LT4s, we've only had maybe one or two LT4 that's just been thrashed.
I agree.
They seem to be holding up very well. I'll say that.
But
Don't-
would you rather have an LSA in your car or an LT4?
If you're doing like me personally, if I'm doing like a resto mod, like an
Right.
old school,
Right.
an LSA,
Yeah.
I'd go
I agree 100%.
or an LS9.
100%.
But there's, I don't know, there's definitely a cool factor to having like an LT4. That'd be nuts at the same time.
Well, shout out to Julio _RM.
Yeah, that was a really good
That's
question.
a really good
I've literally
question.
always thought about that. Like, is anything going to pick up as well as the LS motors used to? That's a good question.
This one's kind of a no-brainer. If the car market crashes, will y'all prices go down?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Our prices, I'd
would
invite
say-
you to shop our prices
I would like that.
versus comparable
Yeah.
inventory.
Exactly.
I agree
let me
with
know.
that. I agree with that.
Reach out. I mean, there's always going to be something cheaper out there in like fucking Maine,
Oh,
or
right.
Oregon. You're
Yeah.
gonna find this. Oh, there's a.
Rust City.
Is
There's
the
a-
frame gonna,
I
rust
promise
in
you there's a
half?
story. We're very aggressive with our pricing, and every one of our cars, either we price them at what we know that they consistently sell for, or we are kind of outlandish stuff. We do good research. We have a lot of tools for that, and of course we do factor in mods. That's why we.
And again, you were in Dallas, Texas. We were in the middle of the country. We were in a dry climate. We're not gonna have any rust. Our shipping costs are better than anybody else.
We're in the middle of the country.
Yeah,
I think
smack in the
technically we
fucking
are.
middle.
Actually, I think
if
we
that's
are.
if that's a stab at our prices, just do some shopping.
Just smack in the middle.
Yeah.
Smack dab in the middle. All right.
But if that's just a generic question, the answer is yes.
That's how the market works.
The answer is yes.
All right. 85 blends. Go.
No.
Dude, I can't stand that shit.
I mean,
I cannot.
E85.
That is
E85 is going to make more power. Yes.
No, the blending, like the cars
Oh.
that you got to run E30, or you run over to the E85 pump and put this much in, then you go over to the 93 pump,
So
you put this much in.
in sales,
Dude, I did that on my 335 back in the day, and that was annoying as hell.
right? I agree.
I feel like you just
You
go
should
one way or the
put
other.
5 gallons of 85, the rest in 93. I agree. I will agree with that situation.
So, I, in my opinion, I mean, if it doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother you. It is what it is. It'll technically make more power, but either just put a fucking fuel system in your car and run E85, or don't and run 93.
Right.
Just do it. Spend the extra coin
Yeah, stop being poor.
and do it the right way. Put a fuel system in your car, or tune it on 93.
Or just don't
make
fucking
that a goal.
drive.
Or no, please drive.
Yeah, please drive.
And come
Just,
buy a car from us. and
do
then
it
please
better.
drive.
Here's a funny one because we.
Do a fuel system. Find a reputable tuner.
That's right.
Write that down.
All right. How
Not a
is
fan.
that silver Shelby F-150 you'll have in stock?
That's what we were talking
We were
about.
just talking about,
not too
yeah.
long ago. That is a hell of a truck. That is so cool. That's our first Super Snake
Super tank truck.
truck.
Yeah. What was the price? That was
Well,
like.
no, it's not. We
What?
had the black one just recently, but that's our first 21 and up Super Snake
Does
truck.
he
We've
mean
had a
how
few
is
in
it
the
here,
past.
or why is it still here?
It's just let's look. I
it say?
read verbatim. How is that silver Shelby?
He just wants to
F-150?
know how is it?
Yeah,
Like,
it's dope.
It's sick. Those are
It's
really
sick.
cool trucks.
Yeah.
A little impractical for daily driving unless you just don't care. But
Wait, where are you getting that at?
I mean, it's just low. It's wow. It's it's not your standard truck that you can just go drive it over into some mud and some shit. But if you don't care, you don't care.
It is 4-wheel drive.
It is 4-wheel drive. It's a really
Which
nice
I was
truck.
shocked that
Oh, yeah.
Chevy would
All
do
the
a
creature comforts.
lowered F-150 4-wheel drive.
They also have
As
a
opposed
lifted
to,
version
like-
of the same truck. You can get a lifted Super Snake. You can get a lowered one.
As opposed
get
to
a
like an
two-door?
all-wheel drive.
That'd be sick. Should be lifted.
I think it's yeah. I'd prefer 4-wheel drive so you can leave it in 2-wheel drive, save a couple bucks on gas.
Launch it.
I feel like if you have that, you don't care either.
You can't say that.
You still care.
Yeah, it sucks.
That's
to-
a $100,000 truck.
Doesn't matter.
It is $100,000 for an F-150.
$100,000.
It's a good-looking truck, though.
It really
is
is.
sick.
It's really nice.
It's a great looking truck. It especially in that silver that this one is. It just comes together so well. It's really nice.
This one seems kind of arbitrary, but how much horsepower does the supercharged SRT8 Challenger have? Which one?
How much you want to have?
Oh, hell.
You just slap a. What are you doing? A Maggie? You slapping a Vortec on there? You
Yeah.
approach
A Whipple?
D1SC, P1SC, Kenny Bell, Whipple. What size Whipple? What size Kenny Bell? Like
That's a
All
lot.
right, all right.
Yeah.
Let's. How about this?
Does
If
he
you-
mean the red
it
one?
makes all of the horsepower.
Does he mean the red one that we have? You know.
We have a 14 Whipple supercharged.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
I think
thing's sick.
it's
actually.
probably-
That's a really nice car too.
Yeah. I don't know why
It's
it's still
talking
here.
about that one.
cammed, whippled, really nicely tuned,
Runs
perfectly, set
perfectly.
up. Yeah, that's
$20,000 worth of upgrades.
easy.
how much
Easy.
horsepower?
Unfortunately, we didn't get a dyno with that one. If I had to guess, based on my butt dyno, it's probably. I think it's a little more conservative. I think it's upper fives. I'd say
I would say it would hit sixes.
it's
I
got
was
a
gonna say 638.
big
I don't know
pulley
why.
on it. It's got a bigger pulley on it, stock lower. I think there's a lot more room left on the board, but you don't want to push a ton of power through those 392s because those also blow pistons left and right, like crazy. Rods, pistons,
There you go.
upper fives, and it's safe there.
So, side note on those cars, ZF 8-speed,
Yeah, 8 speeds.
that transmission, they use it in a ton of vehicles.
Mhm.
BMW uses it, Alfa Romeo uses it, Dodge uses it. That's a
AKA
phenomenal
Fiat.
It is
transmission.
good. They have a couple different variants of it too. There's when I'm doing the descriptions, it'll pop up. There's like a ZF 85 and a ZF 80 or something, 85E. I don't know. There's a few different variants of it.
There's a bunch, but I mean, out of all the transmissions, like Ford's got the 10-speed. That's a great transmission too. But as
very
far
finicky, very finicky transmission.
yeah, smoothness though, like that ZF 8-speed, I don't care. Automatic, that one, that's the win
It's a
for
great,
me.
yeah. I do like that transmission. What's funny? I'll tell you a funny story. When I first bought my white Longhorn, were you in my truck that time?
Yeah.
What? So we were coming back from, I don't know, somewhere uptown, something. I had an intake catback 8-speed, and up next to us pulled a 6-speed, an older body style truck with a 6-speed auto. And I was like, oh, I'm going to fuck this guy up. I have an 8-speed. Like, I'm going to get through these gears. I'm out. I'm going to accelerate faster than him to the speed limit, of course.
Or in
course.
Mexico, whatever you
that,
want.
That 6-speed, it was every time I shifted, it dropped back every time. And my hopes and dreams just all flew by in the 6-speed transmission. I will say that, but the transmissions are much better in an 8-speed.
Definitely.
All right, so out of all
Overall.
superchargers out there, if you had to rank superchargers, like the top 5, if you were like, hey, I'm going to put a supercharger
I think
on my
Whipple #1.
No, it depends. I got to, like, if you're a daily driver versus I actually
Okay,
want to be
daily
fast.
driver Magnuson.
No, I'd go Whipple.
You would go Whipple?
Yeah. Whipple for a
shit.
daily pro charger if I want to be fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, pro driver you want to be fast for 100%.
You still got 3 more. What are you doing, Mitch?
What the fuck are you doing, buddy?
You know what's actually? It's been a long time since I've seen a Paxton setup. Is
I agree with
Paxton
that.
still
Yeah,
around?
you're right.
I'm starting to see a lot less Magnusons too.
Are you sure of the Magnuson? 'Cause I've seen
Edelbrock's
more.
a great supercharger for a daily. I'd still
If
go
you're
Whipple.
60 years or older, you're going to buy
Well,
a Edelbrock.
It'll never break that way.
That's
Edelbrock.
right. 6 PSI, of, you know.
Four,
you okay?
Six
five,
PSI.
4 or 5 psi.
You're slurring a little bit, buddy.
Slurring.
Slurring. Edelbrock.
Edelbrock.
So I'd go pro charger. Vortec makes some decent blowers. I honestly haven't seen Paxton in a long time.
Yeah, I agree.
Can you like? What are you doing? Just get close to your microphone, please.
Then,
Hello?
Then you go for dailies. I think you go centrifugal. I'm sorry, root style, and I think you go. Oh man, Whipple, Roush blowers, good blower. Edelbrock's a great blower for a daily setup. You won't maximize power output, bro. I'm trying to talk here. You won't maximize your output, but a little more reliability out of those.
All right. To be clear, like list that out, like 1 through 5.
I have 2 different lists.
Yeah,
There's a lot
That's
of
what I
Okay,
just
like-
did.
If you had to like, oh, never mind. Let's just move on.
I just said it. Everybody understands.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mitch. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Last question I got on here is how did you initially start the business?
We talked about that.
Which we have.
That's a whole separate podcast.
which we still need to do. I guess, we got to get everyone on here.
Brief story. A couple kids used to buy and sell cars on Craigslist, and it was a big hobby.
Here we are.
And it blew up, and yeah, here we are. We'll elaborate later.
Do you think there'll be so it was like Craigslist was the main thing for years?
Yeah.
And then now it's
Craigslist is dead.
It is. It's absolutely
Facebook
dead.
Marketplace.
Now it's
Face-
Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace, according to
So,
Mitch.
what would be your guess? What would happen next outside of Facebook? Because Facebook Marketplace will, I'm sure,
How do
will
you
get-
how do you call that?
Yeah, you can't call that.
Can't. Facebook Marketplace.
Who the
all
fuck
holds
back
the
in
rank
2000
right
would have
now.
been like, there's going to be something called Craigslist.
Yeah, we can make $1 billion if you're going to call that.
You know what? It's going to be Bill's List.
Bill's list.
Bill's List
Let's
book marketplace.
fucking make it, dude.
I don't know, dude.
who-
Whatever catches fire, and it'll probably be fucking TikTok, like TikTok sales.
I agree.
It'll have its own marketplace. Good
TikTok
Lord.
is
people dancing in
killing
front
it.
of cars. Buy this car.
Buy this car, and we'll do this dance.
So retarded.
Woo! Oh my gosh.
What'd you just do?
Did you see that?
Did you just blow
No,
the
I saw
microphone?
that. It's on camera too. I'm
I
excited.
don't
to
think you
reveal
had
it.
eyes there.
No,
That was
All right.
I definitely saw that. That's also the most redneck woo I've heard in a while.
He is from Abilene.
That's true. I
Write
keep
it
forgetting.
down.
All right,
I got nothing else.
All right. I guess
Brian,
that
any
ends
topics
the-
you'd like to
Any
talk
that
topics
end
you would
the
like to talk
TikTok-
about?
Ooh, so, well, I don't know. Let's see. We talked about ZF8 speeds, talked about some Corvettes.
Oh, damn right.
Man,
I guess that's it.
We also talked
Talk a
about
little
how
about
terrible
NASCAR.
C5s are, because Mitch loves them.
C5.
I love C5s.
NASCAR.
C5s. C5s.
Dale Earnhardt.
Oh, hell.
What's the worst Corvette ever made? Go.
C4.
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 Unanimous.
Well, to be specific, the 1984 C4 Corvette 305 is the only year they put in a non-350 crossfire injection C4 Corvette. That is your answer.
There you go. Don't buy that one. What's the best? The one that has held its value the best over the years.
Well, that'd be the C701.
yeah.
We'll see what C8s do. They're too early to call that, but the C701s and, well, I guess technically like a 63 vet or a 53 vet.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what's the split
If you
window?
went off original
What's the split window?
63, but if you went off original MSRP, I bet the 53 might surpass percentage-wise what a C701 or a 63 has done.
What'd you say? What's a split window?
The split window.
Mitch, it's good to have you back.
Yep.
Good to be
I'm
here.
so excited.
What else, Brian? Brian's
All
just
right.
looking
So,
at
I guess
me.
that's it.
Pure
no,
disgust.
what about
Like,
this?
what the fuck?
I look
was-
over,
I was-
Brian's like, what the fuck
I
is
was
wrong
just
with
thinking
this
about
guy?
something. So wagons in America, right? So
Ooh, I like those.
There's some really, really good wagons out there. What do we have? The RS6 right now
Yeah,
is a
RS6.
badass car that you can buy. You guys just had a Mercedes. What was that wagon that
It's
rolled
still
through
here.
the-
C3.
Right?
We still
So-
have one. One of the
Okay.
two.
So it's twin turbo V8 all wheel drive.
Yeah, 600 horsepower.
Right, CTS V wagon. We all know that's a great car.
Yes.
go back a couple of years, S4 wagons that you could get in the States, those were pretty cool.
Cool.
They weren't bad, not the fastest thing around, but they were still a cool car. Nobody buys wagons in America, and they're so cool.
Popular.
They're practical,
No, they're popular.
right? Like, well, in comparison to other stuff, like it took forever for us to get the RS6 over here. They've had it in Europe for, what, 10, 12, 15 years?
Yeah, it must just be a small market. Although we every time we get a wagon in, it sells very fast.
Yeah, it goes crazy.
Even, we just had a
Especially
Volvo.
if it's a CTSV wagon,
Yeah.
opulent blue, 6-speed manual.
We just had a Volvo wagon. What year was that thing? A 2014?
I think it was sick.
That thing was
What are you
clean.
doing?
And it flew off the shelf.
Sure.
So it just must be a really small market where manufacturers, it's just not worth producing as much. People obviously are out there looking for it in the used market and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe on the new side, I'm sure. Hopefully they have some data because I don't know. In my opinion, it would be if they would produce more wagons. I think.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know why. Like the BMW M3 wagon,
Oh,
Oh,
the
amazing.
M5 wagons.
Yeah.
Those things would go crazy here.
Yeah.
I mean, let's look at what the RS6 just did. It came out, crazy markups, people on waiting lists, special editions all sold out, 6 figures over MSRP.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
unreal.
I don't understand. There is a driving market there, probably worth investing in, but I'm sure they have some sort of data that we don't. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever.
nope.
Nope.
Not
I
even
didn't
close.
even try on that
Yeah.
one.
Speaking of which, mini trucks are making a comeback.
Mini trucks have been making a comeback for a minute.
Toyota's coming out
it's
with
catching
one.
on.
I think they're going to call it the Stout, which
Good.
is from the original like mini truck. And then I know Nissan is coming out with their own version as well.
That's
Ever since
cool.
the Maverick came out, everybody's been hot on those, which is funny because the
But
Ranger.
Mavericks are basically like a full-size mid,
Yeah, they're pretty big.
like 2006 Ram. Like
Well,
they're
I guess
full-size trucks from the early
I don't think we would
2000s.
ever be able to go back to like the original like
The
mid,
S10.
like yeah,
They
like
should.
an S10 or like a
Isuzu, the
Stout or
T.
That'd be super cool.
yeah, but I'm sure there's like. Was it like crash ratings and stuff like that? They wouldn't work out for something that small, right?
Oh
Unless
yeah, remember
I
the
mean-
back seats in those where it's like fold
It's
out
a
of the
joke,
door?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's a joke.
Yeah, no, but they're definitely making a comeback because everybody's trying to like jump in that market. And once the Maverick came out and they started like selling it crazy, like a truck for like 20, 21 grand. I mean, that's like no brainer.
Yeah, I agree. The truck market's gone crazy. You can get like a base truck MSRP with unpainted bumpers, manual windows, no radio screens, like $30,000.
Rubber floors.
Yeah, rubber floors, 40 grand. You know,
It's crazy.
I think that's wild. A work truck is, 40 plus. If you want a 4-wheel drive, it's 50 grand. Like I don't know. That shit's wild to me. So I'm glad to hear they're coming. I hadn't heard that they're coming out with the Stout or whatever. you
Yeah,
said.
they're I think 2024, and then I forget when Nissan is coming out with
Cool.
theirs.
I
But
like that.
ever since the Maverick came out, everybody's going nuts over that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Maverick is not as small, but I
Apparently, there is a large mini truck market in Asia. There's a large market for
Oh, yeah.
small,
they're
tiny,
cra-
like my Honda logo, basically.
Yeah, but they don't care about people living. Like,
Have you watched?
if you got,
YouTube?
Yeah.
dude, if I
Or
I dro-
videos on Facebook.
dude, I drove that Honda
don't know if
logo
we care
home
either.
45 minutes, and that thing was sketchy to drive
It
at
needs
highway
new
speeds.
shocks. I tried.
Dude, that's a sponge on wheels.
You got
dude.
brand new shocks.
I got a whole set of coilovers to try
Oh.
to, and then they were
Even
custom
better.
made, and they didn't do it right.
What's top
Yikes.
speed on that logo, by the way?
I never topped it out.
60s.
It couldn't be more than 60.
No, I think 80.
No, I know it definitely does higher than 60.
Yeah,
I was
just
keeping up
80.
with traffic on 114. That's
That's about all you can ask for.
You drove that on 114?
yeah.
Yikes.
Oh my God,
so
dude. Yeah, you're
no,
crazy.
No,
I fucking hate that road so much, dude. Oh my
so
god.
dude,
Carl,
I did,
you have a child.
Yeah. So I did. So the 35, 635, 114,
Right.
377. So that thing. Have you ever driven like when you drive like an Econoline van, like the ones from the 90s, like you had passed by an 18-wheel, that thing bounces all over the road. It's kind of how it feels, but
Carl,
it's
we've
terrifying.
never driven an Econoline work van ever.
Oh please.
Do you see this? See that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, what
Just
is
letting
that?
you
So now what? All right. Well, I've run out of topics. Anyone have anything to add?
And that is the
Well,
conclusion.
I just have fuckery on here now, so.
That's it.
There you go. So
All right.
Can we talk about how ugly Mitch is?
No,
All
'cause
right,
I'm beautiful
let's-
in every way.
let's start. Let's take turns. Go.
All right,
You're pretty fucking ugly.
guys. Thank you for joining our podcast.
Fur.
Per.
Thank
My
you for
God,
it.
dude.
Dude, what have you been drinking exactly?
I think it was whiskey. I don't know. I poured it for him. I don't.
No.
So Mitch did like kind of like
Mitch,
a like a
say
sober
say
like.
It. Say it, Mitch.
Wait, what?
Say it.
What?
What was that?
What was that?
My phone.
He can't read anymore. So
What,
he
what
needs
did
audio.
everybody get annoyed with you saying
I'm lost.
in Colorado?
Oh.
Tequila.
So Mitch didn't drink for a whole entire month.
Uh-huh.
He can't even set the microphone.
I
Dude,
did.
and
I
now
did-
everything affects this dude.
I did a month with no alcohol, so pretty cool.
That's every
pretty
day I
cool.
came over here. You complained about how you couldn't have alcohol.
It
Pretty
was
cool is
rough.
not what I
it
would
was
say.
rough. It was rough, but all right, we're gonna sign off here. All right, tequila.
Is it official? Or are we signing off? What are we doing?
I
There
guess.
you go. Yeah, here we go.
Any
Do the
contributing-
ending.
Things anybody wants to say it.
Oh, Mitch is ugly. That's all I got to
Yeah,
say.
that's,
Look,
Tequila.
you fucking suck.
He looks like a Q-tip riding a motorcycle when I see him on the road. That's about it.
Does he have his little when he rides his bike? Does he do his little C spine thing where he's like a fucking floating letter C?
Yeah, you have some really
his
bad posture, buddy.
I've never paid attention, but now you mentioned
Dude,
it.
wait,
yeah.
wait! If
All
you're
right,
ever
here
in
we
a
go.
car driving with Mitch, Mitch is driving, he literally morphs into the letter C and drives. and drives. It's hilarious looking. Somebody literally
Tequila.
the other day, I don't know who it was, but somebody literally looks over at me and they go, "Why does he look like the letter C?" And it all made sense right then and there.
That is so true.
Dude, he does it.
Yeah, your
Thank you
posture's
for tuning
horrible.
in, and this is the.
You do this every
Yeah.
time.
Now that I think about it, when we did that road trip to Oklahoma,
Yeah.
when he rides, he does the same thing.
Letter C, baby.
You do the letter C when you're riding.
That's it. Tequila. All right.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my god.
All right, we'll see you all later on the next episode.
Stone Cold's like, if you're not something something, then something something. Stone Cold Steve Austin. What was it?